I'm Weslee.
And I'm Bailey.
And this is the Weslee Weighs In podcast. And today we are joined with two special guests. To my left, we have Jan Pica Pau Lucas. Both these guests are kind of on both ends of the spectrum here. We have an elite black belt and someone who is in the middle of their climb right now on the way to black belt, Mr. Dillon Turner right here. Jan Pica Pau is out of Six Blades in Fort Worth. If you've watched him compete, you already know his high-paced, heavy pressure, aggressive, and versatile style. He's a PANS no-gi champ, Brazilian national and South American champion, and a world championship podium finisher. Most recently, a PANS bronze medalist. He also just stepped onto the UFC's BJJ stage in Vegas, so he's right in the middle of where jiu-jitsu is going right now. And then, like I said, we have Dillon on the left right here, purple belt here at Six Blades. He is a reigning no-gi world champ, Master 1, purple rooster weight, let's go, and Master World Championship podium finisher, and he's also a personal trainer and an MMA ref. So very good to have y'all on the podcast.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Homie did his homework, huh?
I know. Wow, what an introduction.
No, this is the girl right here who does all the good.
Weslee just shows up for the podcast.
Yeah, I gotta get better at memorizing, bro. So I'm over here like,
Yeah,
I know. It's
good.
because y'all
can't
have
memorize that, man.
You,
So, like,
you have
if you
too
ask me,
many
what
accolades.
What are your titles? I'm like, I just want Houston Open.
I know, you just shared some new
That's
information
true.
to him. He's like,
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
He's like,
I forgot about
wow,
that.
I
did all
forgot I did
Oh,
that.
I did win that, huh?
that. That was you.
So cool, man. Like I said, super excited to have both y'all on. I want to jump into some things that personally I don't know, and some things I'm sure people watching probably don't know. So first off, Jan, I want to know about your origin story. How did you start? Where did you start? I don't imagine you were big, bulky Jan forever with the mohawk, right? Probably way before, back when you were younger. Kind of what'd that look like, starting jiu-jitsu?
I started jiu-jitsu when I was 11. I was the video game kid.
Oh, okay.
You know, was skinny, tiny. You know.
So Dax has a chance.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I
Hang in there, Dax.
was the target for the bullies, pretty much. You know what I mean? So my dad and my mom, they broke up when I was about like 7 or 8 years old, right? So I didn't see my dad for a while, and my dad was, my dad's a gangster, man. He at the time,
he did martial arts.
yeah, at the time he was a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, but capoeira master. He's like well-known capoeira master. He did MMA, Muay Thai, boxing. He was in the fighting game for a while. So like I think, I'm speaking for him right now, but I think that's kind of like the way he found to kind of like be a little closer to me, to see me a little more often, right?
Yeah.
One of the visits that he was like, hey dude, a friend of mine just opened his gym close by. It was like a 15-20 minute walk from my house. Are you interested in starting jiu-jitsu? And I'm like, to be like you? Absolutely, man. I always thought was so cool. And he was like, I didn't really understand, but like he'd have like a black eye, and like my dad was jacked, and I'm like, I want to be just like that too. You know what I mean? I want a black eye and be jacked too. So I was like, yeah, sign me up, sign me up. So like he had a friend. The gym was like, the team was different, but all he wanted was me to be on the mat and having something in common, right? That we could like hang out and be a little more involved in my life. He could be a little more involved in my life. So I started doing jiu-jitsu, and man, it was like, well, how do you guys say here in America? Love at the first.
Love
at first sight, right?
Yeah.
Man, I love jiu-jitsu. I remember the move. I remember the day I started jiu-jitsu, January 7th, 2007.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I remember the first move I learned that day was the arm bar from side control. You go knee on belly, you hug the arm, you spin over.
Nice.
And I remember it was Brazil back in the day, right?
Yeah.
I did a round in the first day. And I was like, I had no clue what to do.
Yeah.
But like, I know if I get my chest on his chest, I can go to this technique, right? Yeah. So I just hustled until I got to that point, and I hit the arm bar. So yeah, fell in love with jiu-jitsu, and became a competitor 3 months later.
Really?
3 months, yeah, 3 months in.
So at 2007, you were what age here?
I was 11.
11. Okay.
Yeah. So first tournament, 3 months in, and there were not a lot of kids. I was the only kid pretty much in class. And the first tournament, there was only one kid in the whole tournament, and he was a yellow belt. And I was like, I'll fight that kid. I don't care.
A 3-month
And
white
and
belt.
my coach was like, if you want to fight him, you'll fight him, sir. I'm like, I'll fight him. I'll fight anybody, man. So like I fought and I beat him.
Wow.
Yeah, I beat him. So that was my first little gold medal. It was like an in-house tournament type of thing, but
You're
man,
sandbagging.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So 3 months later, I got my yellow belt. Yep. Yeah, we didn't have the gray belt at the
Yeah, it
time.
wasn't
The
like
gr-
that,
yeah,
right? Yeah, we
yeah,
talked
the
with-
rank. Yeah, we
I went
talked
straight
about
to
that
yellow belt.
before.
We didn't even have like yellow, white, yellow,
Yeah.
yellow, black. It was nothing
The
like
kids'
that.
ranking
right?
system has evolved a lot.
Yeah, for
over the
sure.
years.
And I think it's much better like that. So I did my tournament. You know, my dad and I, we could like hang out at the tournaments, and you know, I got into jiu-jitsu. My dad, of course, was like pursuing his dreams as well, and capoeira took him, you know, all over the world. He was traveling a lot. We couldn't like really see each other, but he was like following my career, and you know, the rest is history. I'm here now.
Very, very cool. When did you come over to America?
So first time I came to United States was 2015 to compete Worlds, and I have a very good story about that. I lost every single. I mean, in my state, I was kind of little king. You know what I mean? I was beating everybody up. As a as a blue belt, I only lost one match. 2 years and 2 months as a blue belt, only lost one match, and I was competing adult. I was 15 years old.
Wow.
I had to get my blue belt. I got my blue belt when I was 14 because I was a green belt. I signed up for 2 tournaments and there were no fights, no kids, nobody. And the white belt kids, the yellow belt kids, they're like, I ain't fighting him.
Yeah.
They didn't have the same mindset I had, you know what I mean? So I wasn't competing. So my coach was like, you know what, man? Boom, blue belt. Now you do juvenile division. I was 14, I turned 15 right after. And I was like, oh, fantastic, let's go. So I started competing like juvenile. And when my coach wasn't around, I used to like travel all over the place. I get in the bus and just go by myself, go with some friends.
Yeah.
I've done this so many times.
Yeah.
And I would sign up for adult division without him knowing. And he would know when I got back with the medals, right? Because for the adults, for the open class, they would like pay a little cash. Sometimes it was a gi, and I mean some supplements.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, if I'm out fighting, I'm gonna fight for something.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, that was the way I was fighting to like, man, it was rough. The reality back in the day in Brazil was rough, right? It's super different. So I was, you know, 200 reais, I think that's like $30, $35, right? Something like that. But like 200 reais for the open class champion adult. Sign me up,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
And I would like get a gi sometimes. The gi was like $150, like $200, 200 reais. I was like, sign me up, I'm gonna do it too. So like, that's kind of like that part of the journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really cool. Before I jump over to your origin story, we're about to get to yours. I want to ask one more question. What is the difference you'd say in the culture of Brazilian jiu-jitsu in Brazil and in America, back then and now? Like when you first came over to America, what was the culture? Like, was a culture shock? Gyms here, how much different were they? The traditions, and then how's it
Absolutely.
evolved in both places?
Absolutely. Because in Brazil, it's like, it's a fight, man. Everybody's fighting for their life, you know what I mean? Fighting to survive. Of course, we have the good side of Brazil as well. You know, just bring a little bit more to the reality I had, right, back in the day. So everybody's, you know, it's a pure fight. All over the place is a fight. Here in America, I feel like there is more, what's the word, maybe structure?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a little easier to have access to like good food, right? Here, if you want to be unhealthy, you got to put some effort to be unhealthy. You know what I mean? You can definitely make good choices here, like supplementation wise, you know, food wise. The gyms here are super cheap. You know what I mean? We find gyms like $20 a month, or like 15 maybe. You know what I mean? So like we have way better access here. But the biggest shock for me was the language, right? Because I got here, as I said, man, I forgot to answer your question. Sorry about that.
No, I was gonna bring you back to it, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
You're
Yeah.
fine.
Man,
That's what
my
this is
brain
supposed to
works
be.
better for jiu-jitsu. You
This
know
is
what I
what
mean?
this podcast is supposed to be. So like, we want the conversation to take us
Yeah.
places. You know
We
what I
have
mean?
Fantastic.
questions,
Yeah, it's
but
like-
the goal is
Yeah,
we just want to
fantastic. So
talk.
like, first time I came was 2015, and the fun fact was I've never won one single medal in IBJJF tournaments. I was the big guy in my state, right? But
Yes.
I was.
This is what I wanted you to circle back to because
Yeah.
you just shared this story with me a couple
Yeah,
of days
yeah,
ago
yeah.
about losing everything and then
Man, so like, and I really believe in God's plan, right? And I have a lot of faith in that. And I know like, I can do whatever I can. If it's not my turn, if it's not my time, it's not gonna happen, right? Yeah. But I work very hard, so the man up there can look at me and he was like, "That dude's working. That guy's working. I'm gonna give it to him this time." You know what I mean?
throw him a bone. Here you
Yeah,
go.
here you go, dude.
Win this one.
You got this, man. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
So yeah, I lost, and man, it was a struggle because the IBJJF tournaments back in the day in Brazil, in Brazil it's BJJ, right? It's the same federation.
Okay.
There were only 2 opens. It was São Paulo Open and Rio Open, and that was the South American. I fought all 3. I lost first match all 3.
Okay.
And
15, right? You said at that time?
I was a purple and brown belt, so I was 17 and 18.
Okay.
Wow.
And it was a struggle for me to buy a ticket to fly there.
Yeah.
And man, I was selling like cereal bars. I was washing my friend's gi for like $10. I was like, I'll wash your gi, bro. So like, excuse me. I was doing all this, trying to, I worked as a security guard at the nightclubs on the weekends. Man, I did so much to go fight and lose the first round.
Yeah.
Wow.
The level was just different,
Yeah.
right? Because I was fighting people who were coming to the United States to fight world. So I was watching them and I'm like, oh, they're good. All right. And they're beating me too. And man, I was like, I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. Like, I thought I was good. I'm not that good, I guess. So like, kept working hard. And I have a big story to, about how I could get my visa. The first time I got here, my visa, I was saving money to apply for my visa, and then I crashed my aunt's car, and I had to pay for the car. So I had to open I had a pig bank
Yeah.
to save money. I had to like, all right, let's pay for it.
Dang.
And this whole struggle, I had to pay for the visa, but I still had to buy the ticket to go to because in my city we didn't have the immigration process in my city. I could either fly there or get like a 20-hour bus, right? But I spent all the money I've been saving for years, right, trying to get my visa. And one day, sitting on a mat post training, a friend of mine was talking to his friend about like coming to the United States with his wife and his family. And I was like, oh, cool. When is your guys' interview? And he was like, April something. And I'm like, oh, mine too. And he was like, oh, cool. When are you going? And I'm like, I don't think I'm going, to be honest, but I'll see. And he was like, what time is your interview? And I'm like, mine is about like 9 a.m. And he was like, oh, mine is 9:15.
No.
And I'm like, oh, cool. And he was like, man, we have one spot in my car. We're driving
Oh
there.
my goodness.
That's wild.
And man, it gives me the chills
Yes.
right now. And I'm like, I mean, I don't want to bother you guys. Like, we're 2 couples, right? My friend, his girl, I think his brother-in-law and his girl. And he was like, no problem. We're just going to stop in a nice city, get a hotel, go to the beach, do some cool stuff, and then drive there. We're going to head out like 2 days before the thing. And I'm like, man, it sounds amazing. I don't want to do that with you guys. And he was like, no, let's go.
Wow.
So yeah, we got in a very nice like road trip, stopped at this beach and like took some great pictures, something like we stayed in a nice hotel. I didn't pay for anything. Guy didn't let me pay for anything. Got my visa approved. One of them got the visa denied.
Oh.
Wow.
And I was the only one who had nothing in Brazil to
Yeah.
prove that I wanted to come back, because that's kind of the thing. When you're trying to get the tourist visa, right, to come to the United States, you got to make sure you prove that you have something attached you to Brazil that you're going to come back, right? I had nothing.
Yeah.
I was a poor little kid
Yeah.
pursuing his dreams, right? And they're like, I don't know, a little better financially. And I was like, oh man, that sucks, right? But I showed up there, man, with all my medals in my hands, with a big notebook with pictures, with, I glued on it like some of my certificates. and everything. I didn't even have the money to buy a nice thing. I was like, it's a notebook I have at home. I'm gonna use glue to attach that. And man, it got approved.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
When I got approved, my dad was already here. He was in San Diego, and he was like, he's married, and he was like, oh, my wife and I, we're gonna pay for your ticket. We want to have you here for Worlds.
Wow.
It's like next month. And I was like, let's go, right? Let's go Worlds.
Oh, yeah.
That's a dream, right? I was a brown belt. And some of my training partners were like, dude, you haven't won São Paulo Open yet. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's a big investment. And
Yeah.
I'm like, man, everything is aligned. Like, everything's lining up for me to do this. It might be my turn. And guess what, man? I won Worlds that year.
Really?
That was my first IBJJF medal, gold at
Wow.
Worlds.
Wow.
Brown belt,
That's
featherweight.
amazing.
The division was
Featherweight.
packed.
Dude, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? The division was crazy. I remember like watching the one guy in specifically, Isaac Dardulain.
Yeah, yeah.
He was beating the crap out of every single
Really?
fight the whole year.
Wow.
So the year before, he won Europeans, Pens, Abu Dhabi Pro, Brazilian Nationals, and at Worlds in the finals, he lost by advantage against Marcio André.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So he didn't get his black belt. He tried to do the Grand Slam the next year. He won Europeans, Pens, World Pro, Brazilian Nationals.
Wow.
And I faced this guy in the finals,
Wow.
right? And my dad, I remember my dad was like, what's the game plan? And I'm like, I'm gonna double leg him from as soon as we clap hands. I'm gonna double leg this guy and I'm gonna win this fight, right? I knew the guy had better jiu-jitsu than me. It's clear. I won all my fights by one advantage, 2 points, and the dude was just dancing on top of
obliterating
everybody.
everyone.
Blah, 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 blah. Doing Brim. I didn't even know what Brim Bolo was. 50-50 Brim Bolo. I knew what it was. Double leg, double under, double everything. So like, that was kind of my thing.
That is
Right?
hilarious.
So I'm like, all right, he's better than me in jiu-jitsu. But man, for this guy to beat me, he's gonna have to be willing to like die today because I am. You know what I mean? I made it to the finals at Worlds.
Yeah, that is
You know what I mean? Like,
crazy.
this is like a dream for everybody to
Yeah.
be here, and I was the chosen one to be here. This opportunity is in my hand right now. I'm gonna double leg this guy. I'm gonna score 2 points, and God bless me because I don't know what's gonna happen after that. So, beginning of the match, double leg him from here to the pole. Just dive in his legs.
Oh my gosh.
Score 2 points.
Wow.
The rest of the fight was this guy beating me up and just me not allowing him to score.
Yeah.
He scored, I think it was like 8 advantage.
Wow.
Yeah,
But no
he
points.
almost put me to sleep in a choke that I was not familiar with. Double leg, I went to double under, right? Double leg, double under. Dude put his knuckles on my neck, squeeze it and pushes it, and I'm like, you think I'm gonna tap like, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna sleep here. They're gonna wake me up. So I just stayed there inside until his hands start like. When he relaxed, I was like, all right,
Okay.
one advantage, right? All right. And then he brain bowled me, almost made to my back 1,000 times, almost took my back, almost choked me again, almost took my back, almost choked me again. I remember I stayed on my feet with him hanging on my back for about 5 minutes. He would like go down, lift me up, put me on the ground, I would back on my feet, jump on my back, another advantage, choke, another advantage,
That's
put me back on the ground, I would go back on my feet. Man, it was exhaustive, right?
Man, why weren't cameras around back then?
Man,
Phone
right?
cameras.
Right.
I think you can see that
Really?
fight on
Really?
YouTube, but it's on his name because I'm nobody. I was nobody,
Okay,
right?
okay.
So even me beating him,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
his name on the video.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's
yeah,
crazy.
that was my first gold medal in IBJJF. And a month later, I fought American Nationals right before I went back to Brazil because immigration gave me three months to stay in here. So like, I have extra time. So I'm like, all right, I'm doing American Nationals. My dad and I flew to Las Vegas. I fought American Nationals and I won double gold.
Wow.
And I beat Muhammad Ali in the open class
Oh,
finals.
wow.
Nice.
And right before the match, I remember, I don't know if it was my dad, was another coach, another of the black belts. They're like, what's the game plan? I'm like, I have no game plan with this guy, man. What's the game plan against him? I mean, stay alive, I guess, my game plan. So I beat him by ref decision.
Wow.
He pulls guard, and thank God he tried to work lasso, and that's my my strongest guard passing. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, please play lasso all day, man. And so like I scored 2 advantages on him. He scores 2 advantages on me. Ref decision, I won the match.
Wow.
And I went back to Brazil, and in training I got hurt. I had to get a surgery, and spent some time in Brazil trying to recover. And I came back to the United States to try to stay here. So even with my world's title, American Nationals title, I won some opens here as a black belt. 6 months later, I placed at Worlds as a black belt, my first black belt lightweight, got 3rd place. We applied for my athlete visa, I got denied. We applied again, I got denied again. We applied 4 times, I got denied all 4.
Wow.
So I went back to Brazil after a year. Then I stayed in Brazil until 2022. That was 2017 to 18. Tried to get the athlete visa, didn't get it. Went back to Brazil. 2022, I came to do the camp for Pans and Worlds. And I had no business to stay in the United States anymore because I built a pretty good life in Brazil throughout a lot of hard work, right? When I went back to Brazil, I went back to sleeping on the mat.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
fighting for open classes again and building my name. I didn't go to my city because in my city, Fortaleza, is a little harder of a life. You know what I mean? I went to Brasilia, the capital. A little easier to fly to the opens, the big tournaments, right?
Yeah.
I went to the capital, back to the mat, made a very good friendship. One of my best friends till nowadays, Davi. He was like, man, I have a couch in my apartment. If you wanna, it's not super comfortable, but at least you're not gonna be on the mat. I'm like, sign me up. So I spent 6 months with him, living with him, but sleeping on the couch, training, competing almost every weekend. I won, I think, 16 open classes in a row.
Wow.
Yeah, like just for the money, for the, whatever they're
You're still
paying.
lightweight at this point?
I was like a middle A,
Okay.
middle A,
Yeah, that's
but I
still
could
incredible.
cut for the big ones. I would cut for lightweight.
Yeah.
And then I got sponsors. I got sponsored by the federation in Brasilia. I could
really?
sign up for free,
Oh, wow.
and they would give me like 5 free registrations.
So you're
I
getting
could-
pretty notable at this
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was the first one in the ranking there, the number 1. I was working with different companies. There were some very good, nice people who would help me out. I was teaching private classes. So I had a good life, right? And 2022, I was doing the camp for Pans and Worlds, and that's when I met my wife. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm trying again.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was a wild. Our stories look wild. We met, we dated for 2 months. We got married
Wow.
because I was like, all right, I'm going back to Brazil just to get my stuff set up, right? I'm still working with some people there. I cannot just stay here. So I went back there and she's like, you're not coming back. I'm like, what are you talking about? I am. And she's like, all right, well, I guess once you're here, I'm gonna believe it, right? Went back to Brazil, spent 2 months in Brazil, just like calling her every day, talking to her, trying, keep her confident about us. And 2 months later, came back. And when we were talking about like me staying, I was like, no, I'm gonna apply for my athlete visa again. I'm a well-known person now in
Yeah.
the sport, right? It's like, can't believe they're gonna deny me again.
Yeah.
And she was like, why don't we get married? I mean, we're planning on staying together. I'm no kid, and you're not a kid as well, right? So like, let's get a life together. And I'm like, are you sure? Because there is still a lot of people that like to talk about, oh, the Brazilians want to come here for the green card, right? This and that. And I'm like, let's do it. And they still had people talking about it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, he's doing that for the green card. Just
Right,
watch.
right, of course.
And
People
we
are
have,
gonna say
we
what
have
they're gonna
beautiful
say,
kids
but-
now. We're happily married with beautiful kids. And
Prove them wrong, right?
yeah, prove them
Exactly.
wrong. So that's kind of like what brought me here full time in the United States now.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah,
That
so
is
you all
so
should
cool.
thank Jessica for that.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
Jess.
Thank you, Jess.
And speaking of Jess, you just won Pans, right?
Yes.
Oh, Jessica's a gangster,
Yeah,
man.
she
is,
man.
Jessica's a pure gangster.
Yeah.
Her background, man, she's so athletic, and she started jiu-jitsu in her 30s, right? She's been on a mat, like, not on a mat, but like, she's been doing jiu-jitsu for 4 years, but in those 4 years, she spent 18 months out because she got pregnant and the postpartum, everything.
Yep.
Pregnancy was rough. She couldn't train at all. Postpartum, she tried to get back after 2 months. She was still a mess. She was still bleeding. So all right, more time off. So
Yeah.
in a 6 month mark after giving birth was her first day on the mat. And her first day on the mat, I promote her to purple belt. And she's like,
crazy.
"You're insane."
Did she
And
know that was coming?
I don't think so.
No, it was a surprise.
what?
I
Yeah,
remember.
because like, all right, talking about her a little bit, she started in her 30s. She was like, I'm not doing masters. I'm doing adult. I was like, let's go. She competed 9 tournaments. She got 1 second place. The rest was gold. And I think the second place was like the second tournament or something like that, second tournament. She won pens, adult pens. Promote her to blue belt on the podium. She wins Master Worlds. I'm like, okay. And then adult pens, blue belt. She got second place. She lost in a scrap. It was a scramble fight with one of those girls who are like sponsored by the team and like started jiu-jitsu when she was 4.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like one of those.
One of those.
Jessica put on a fight with her, and we were like so confident that like, all right, you're gonna beat her at World, and she got second place on that one. And then she gets pregnant, right? So she spent those 18 months off the mat, and once she got back on the mat, it was like about July. Master Worlds was a month later, and I was not gonna make her wait almost a year to fight adult worlds to see if she can win as a blue belt.
Right.
In my opinion, that makes no sense, especially because she was already 33. And I'm like, all right, purple belt. And she's like, purple belt. Now you work hard and you do your thing.
Yeah.
She had 45 days to prepare for Master Worlds. She was competing as a featherweight the whole time, but she was way overweight after the pregnancy, right? You know,
Yeah.
you've been there
Been there.
a few times,
Yup.
right? So she was struggling to lose the weight, and she was like, I don't think I'm making featherweight. I was like, I don't even want you to make featherweight. So she signs up as a middleweight, and the last day she was like, I think I can make light. So she goes down to lightweight. She still had to like go to sauna, take Epsom salt bath,
Yeah.
everything, and she makes lightweight. She makes lightweight. Her bracket, she had no seating, no points, nothing as a purple belt, right? First match, she fights current Brazilian national champion. She beats her. Second match, she fights the current American national champion. She beats her. Third match, she fights the current international American international. What's the one in Long Beach? Is the South American?
Is it North?
North American. Yeah. She beats this girl. She loses the semifinal, so she plays third place after this round.
Wow.
45 days on the mat after giving birth.
That's wild.
Yeah.
New
is
belt,
wild.
purple belt debut, and I'm looking for her where's my wife, dude? I want to celebrate
Yeah.
that, right? She's on the trash can, crying.
I remember seeing her, and I watched her matches. That's the year we were at Master World, and she did amazing.
No,
and I remember
she did
seeing her so
fantastic.
upset and being like, oh, I hate that. I think I even asked Weslee, I'm like, why is she sad? She did so
Yeah, killed it.
incredible,
No.
especially
Gangster.
knowing.
Gangster.
She was amazing. I hate that,
Gangster.
that she
And
was
she was
so sad about that
crying
bronze
so
medal.
much, and she was like, and I was like, babe, why are you here? And I'm gonna laugh now, but like, she was like, I'm with the trash can because my jiu-jitsu is trash. I'm like, oh my goodness, what a mindset. What a
No.
I mean,
Oh.
I could see the positive in the mindset,
Yeah.
but of course, we have worked on that. It's something we work on a lot. It's the mindset about competition. When you're losing, we don't care about that anymore, right? But like, oh my God, I can't even believe what she's gonna do the next one.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So she goes from struggling to make lightweight, and she decides to cut to light feather. That's 2 weight divisions below, right? She fights Dallas Open just to kind of feel it. Oh my God.
Yep.
Out the water.
She spent more time cutting the weight than fighting. Yeah, for reals. We had to walk outside for like an hour and a half for her to like, with like a sauna suit and everything, for her to make the weight.
Yeah.
I think he spent 1 minute in the first match, a minute and a half in the second match. And she was like, I think I'm gonna do pens in this weight division.
Yeah. Pretty good introduction.
Yeah.
Runs over everybody at pens.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I guess. And she's like, what's next for you? And she's like, you know what? Adult Worlds. Like, that's my girl.
That's a mindset right
Yeah,
there.
that's
I
the
love
mindset
that.
right there.
Yep.
So, man, yeah. I mean, I have that inspiration right at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes, some days I feel like crap, and I'm like, oh man, not today. And my wife gave birth. I saw that with my own eyes. You know what I mean? I was in the room. I saw the baby coming out. You know what I mean?
Been there.
Yeah. So like, that looks painful.
Yeah.
That looks painful. This little rib here hurting is nothing. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do my thing.
She's amazing too. I told her after Pans, like the way that she has to juggle momming and competing, like her being right there next to the bullpen with the baby and doing her, and then like immediately running. I think at one point she even said she had to take the baby into the bullpen with her because she didn't have anybody.
I was coaching this guy.
Yeah, you were there.
I was coaching this guy.
Was fighting.
I had my phone here. I was recording him because she won the semi, and she was in the finals. I was like, the finals gonna take a little longer, right? Usually. And Dillon was about to walk in. I was like, all right, let's go. So I'm filming Dillon here. Let's go, Dillon. Let's go, Dillon. And then a text message. I'm in the bullpen with Hyan. And I'm like, Danilo, here, finish
Take
it.
this. Yeah.
I run there. She's right about to walk on the mat, holding the baby.
With the baby.
And I'm like, give me him.
That's crazy.
She hands me the baby, and she just runs over the girl in the finals.
It's crazy. Like, you have to be in the right space to step on the mat, as well as to, take care of your kids. And it's just wild to me how she juggles that literally right before she steps on the mat.
But like,
It's so cool.
because of her, we're because man, I'm too much of a hardcore guy. In Portuguese, in Brazil, we have one thing we say is like, you're either 8 or 80, right? So like, I'm the 80. I don't do anything in the 8 level. I'm always like that much, right? And like, she's the more balanced person, right? And like, I've been the hardcore for too long, and when we talk so much, we talk a lot. We're actually very good friends, right? Yeah. So like, we talk so much about it, and like, one of the things she said that makes more sense. She was like, I'm at this point in my career, and I don't need to win anymore.
Yeah.
Why do I still bring so much pressure on myself? Me bringing pressure on myself makes her bring pressure on herself.
Yeah.
Makes our little girl Huxley bring pressure on herself, right? So we're like, how about we don't care about results anymore? Let's go there. Let's have fun.
Yeah.
Let's be a family in the tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it happens for us to be at Pence, right? It happens for us to fight Dallas Open. We're gonna have a family time, and time to do a little fight. You know what I mean? We're gonna go there and fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why we're like doing much better with I won my first match. I was about to fight the current European champion super heavy because I signed up as super heavy.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to fight the big boys. You know?
I can tell.
I have a ultra heavy mindset, so
That's
and
that's how you identify it.
yeah, it's 2026. I identify as a super heavy. I can do whatever I want, man. So yeah, I was about to fight the current European champion, but I wanted to give my kid a little hug. You know what I mean? So I went there, got the baby. I was hanging out with the baby. Dillon was recording videos of me dancing, jamming some Bob Marley there.
Vibing, bro.
Vibing there. Went there, fought the guy, beat the guy.
Yeah.
Went back to the family. You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to change the mindset. I don't want that pressure on my shoulder anymore.
Yeah.
I don't need to get in a bus for 16 hours depending on winning open class to get back home.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thank God, like, we're in a different point of life right now.
Yeah, stages
like,
of life, man. That's where you're at.
You've already got the green card.
Yeah, I got my green card. You know what I mean?
You're good, bro.
Exactly.
It's fine. You can.
I'm fine, man. And I just renewed my green card.
Hey.
So you guys gonna have to deal with me at least 48 more months. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice. Let's go.
So yeah, we're changing the mindset right now. It's been working well for us to not have that pressure. I'm actually, I don't want to say the first time in my life enjoying competition because I love the adrenaline. I love being there. I love fighting someone who wants to beat me. You know what I mean? I'm addicted to that feeling. But like getting there and like, you know what? My goal today is to apply what I do every day. It's not to win. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know if you watched my semi at Pens. There is no way I lost that match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that
there's no way I lost that match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I won the match, right? I had the advantage. not the referee, the table takes my advantage off, right? The referee's on the table said it was not an advantage. All right, he takes my advantage off, whatever. And they say, give to the other guy. So, all right, the guy wins the fight. I get out, have a sip of water, and I go make fun of the ref outside. You know what I mean? My friend went to the finals against the same guy. So he grabs the guy's wrist and he does this. The guy fights back. Referee gave him his advantage. So I yell,
gosh.
dude, they just gave you my advantage. They're feeling bad. They know I won that fight. Man, the referees, they were laughing. The people with the camera, they were laughing. You know what I mean? Like, and one of my friends, he was like, man, how can you just get out of one situation like that where most people would be pissed? Trying to talk to a referee, and I'm like, man, this is a family trip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm here with my family. We're having a good time. You know what I mean? My wife, she's going to fight too. I want to make sure I'm in a good vibe for her to feel comfortable as well.
Yeah.
And I'm healthy. I'm good. I'll bench press tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like 5 a.m., my alarm is going to go off and I'll be at the gym.
Yeah.
Right.
So nothing's going to change. All right. The third place medal, the first place medal, I would do the same thing the next day. I would eat the same pizza in that night, right?
Yeah.
That was what we were talking about. I was like,
good.
Dylan, winning or losing, we're eating that Brazilian pizza.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I told him the same thing.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, bro, winning or losing, we're eating pizza,
eating
bro.
pizza tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing
So
changes.
like nothing would change, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying that mindset right now.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying that mindset, and I think it's working well for me, working well for Dylan, for my wife, and it's something that I will really preach about it right now.
Yeah.
Because I believe if I have the mindset of showing my jiu-jitsu instead of trying to win the fight, in a lot of fights that I lost, I wouldn't have lost. You know what I mean? Because I was so concerned about winning, trying to save energy for the next match, trying to, not being present in the moment, like worry about the future, worry about, what's going to happen during the fight. Man, I do this every day.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable on the mat. I'm comfortable fighting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I study so much. He knows like how big of a nerd I am about this.
The mad scientist.
Man, I watch fights, I take notes, you know what I mean? When
I feel you on that.
he doesn't even care about it. He's like,
That's
I didn't check my weight division, so I go there, I check his weight division, I make the notes, I'm like, Dylan, the game plan is this.
Everything.
The guy, he only has this technique, so you're gonna go to this side of his body. You're gonna avoid I break down the whole plan. I'm that kind of guy. So it's very, I'm not gonna say it's impossible. It's very hard to surprise me with something in a fight.
Yeah.
Why am I so worried about the final result, about winning the fight? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So right now I'm going there, showing my jiu-jitsu. If it's enough to win, fantastic. If it's not, guess I gotta work a little more.
Yeah.
That's the mindset right now.
Such a healthy mindset, and just remembering the things that are important at the end of the day. Like, is that medal the most important thing, or is it
it's
going
definitely
home
the
to your
pizza.
family?
Yeah,
definitely the
It's
pizza.
the pizza. That pizza. We talked
the
about it
Brazilian
on
pizza.
another
Yeah.
episode, our first episode that we did after Pans. We talked about the
Yeah,
pizza.
that pizza
It
was
was
good.
so good.
Phenomenal.
Life-changing pizza.
Yeah.
You guys
No.
took some pizza to the hotel, right?
We took
We
some.
did,
Yeah, we
yes, we did.
Yeah, I think we all got some to
it
go.
was so good. Anyways.
So, jumping over to Dylan, man, tell me more about what's your origin story. Like, how did you end up meeting Jan? How did you start jiu-jitsu? Was it here?
Yeah, no, that's actually a fun story, man. And it's gonna kind
We
of
love
piggyback
fun
off
stories.
of Jess being a gangster. So I first started jujitsu here in January of 2021, I think. I'm 5 years into jujitsu. And I did it because I was actually working for a company for many years that was like my family, my community, you know what I mean? And I always kind of thrived off that. Like, I'm a people person. I need to be around people, And so when I left that company, it was a company where I was just sitting around a lot. I was kind of heavy, and I didn't really know I was heavy. I didn't know I was super unhealthy, had bad habits, and I knew I wanted something to keep me active and give me a community. And I knew that was jujitsu. And I was already a fight fan as is. So I was like, yo, I'm not gonna do boxing or Muay Thai or anything. I'm gonna try the jiu-jitsu stuff. Looks a little less taxing on the body. I'm like, I think at the time, yeah, you can attest to this. I think at the time I'm 26, right? So I'm like, I'm not old, but I'm not young to be doing MMA stuff. So anyways, I just typed in jiu-jitsu near me, living right down the road. This place popped up. I remember coming in here in January, it was only open mats, because you know, it's like that New Year schedule in
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu where there's no classes, only open mats, come in and roll. And I remember being so nervous, dude, coming in here, because I was like, bro, I'm a little bitty. When I walked in, everybody was giant. Everybody was huge. Like, it was all of our big guys, you know? And I remember seeing Coach Leo, and he was so friendly. Like, he was so nice. By the way, I've also never met Brazilian people at this point in my life, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I'm like, what? And, like, so I'm like, these people are freaking amazing. Like, he was like, hey, my friend, what's up? Welcome in. Like, oh, you want to try jiu-jitsu? Cool, come on in.
Yeah.
And so I showed up. The next day. They had an open mat. They were closed on one of the days, and then, hey, we're going to do an open mat on Saturday. I showed up again. The next week, they started normal classes. By Wednesday, I'd already hit, like, Monday and Tuesday night classes, and by Wednesday, I was like, can I sign up?
Yeah.
Like,
this
is
my
cool,
new
man.
personality?
And he was like, yeah, come on, join the family. And the whole thing about community was, people would ask me, how did you feel when you went? And I was like, dude, it was like being at a family reunion. And like, you're just trying to fight and hurt each other. Like, you're with your uncles and your cousins, and y'all are just like fighting, and it's a good vibe, a good family. They're checking on you. Hey, bro, how are you feeling? What's going on? Tell me about you. So that's when I originally started. And just like everybody else, I was kind of into it on and off, worked a little hard at white belt, got the blue. I would show up like once a week, twice a week, here and there, but still really enjoyed it and started having fun. So one day, as a blue belt, I'm rolling with this girl, and she's just smashing me, bro. Like, she's smashing me, bro. But we're having a good back and forth on some moments. Like, we had rolled a couple times, and we were having some good moments. And that's that part of it, and it was good. And then I'm in here one day training, and I see this guy. And I didn't even connect that the girl that was smashing me was this guy who's smashing everybody else in the room. Like, it didn't connect yet. And I remember seeing him, we kind of like looked at each other like, what's up, bro? What's up? And I remember thinking like, hey, so like you a purple belt or something, or what do you do here? And he's like, no, I'm a black belt. And I was like, oh, cool. Do you like compete? He's like, yeah. I was like, cool. Oh, are you new here because you're gonna help open up the new gym, the 60s? He's like, nope, not really. He's like, all right, man, well, have a good day, you know? I was like, good talk, man. Like, that guy's cool. That went well. Like, nice. Like, I don't know who that big scary dude was, but
Have you seen Jan around at this point?
I'd seen him around, like coaching, helping out coach, things like that. I'd seen him around, but like I never clicked it. I never talked to him or anything. And so that was that. And then I remember, I mean, fast forward, it was December 5th. I'll never forget that date. I get like a ding, I get like a message, and it's like, Jan Pica Pau. And it's like, hey man, wanted to talk to you about something, saw you at the gym or whatever. And he was like, I want to see if you like want to be a training partner for my wife. Like, I think you'll have a good game that would match up. She's about your size. Like, I'm just going to require a few things from you, you know, if you want to run those by me. I'm like, yeah, cool. And it was like, just, you know, have a cleaner lifestyle, give me commitment, show up when I want you to. And bro, let's change your life. Like, let's do this. And I was like, okay, I'm down. He's like, cool, tomorrow, 10 a.m., meet me at the gym. I was like, oh, okay. Like, that happened fast. Like, I thought I had like a week to prepare or something. I was about to start working out a lot, you know? And so sure enough, I showed up and I got smoked. I would like, had never felt that way. Never had a private lesson before. It was a private lesson with Jess, his wife, you know? And man, my cardio was so bad. Like, I remember just being like, and he's like, it'll get easier. Like, just hang in there. And then from there, kind of rest is history. Like, it was really funny. Like, that went really well. We set up another session and another one. Then it became, hey bro, what do you do and everything? Like, send me your schedule. And I swear it was like for like 2 months, I'd be sending this guy my schedule on a Sunday or a Monday. Hey, here's my availability. And he'd be like, cool, then come like work out with me here. Hey, come and be at the gym here. Hey, show up here. Then it just progressed into like a good vibe. Like, yo, this guy's my best friend. We're just gonna hang out with each other and see where it goes. And it'd be like, hey, I'll pick you up on this time. I'm gonna take you to pro training. Like, what? Okay. Like, hey, show up at the gym. We're doing pro training. Okay. Like, and it was hard, and I would just like get smashed a lot, and he'd look over and just be like, bro, just get up and tie your belt. That's all I want you to do. Get up and tie your belt and go. And then it just like snowballed into this thing where it's like, I think I'm gonna make this my life.
Wow.
And he's like fueling my mind, like, you can make this your life. If you actually just work hard and you wanna do this, you're fairly young enough where you probably could, man. Just stick with me, keep giving me the work. Things got hard, you know, like I have to pay bills, I gotta work, I'm not sponsored, I don't have anything like that. So there was times where it was like, man, if you remember where it was like almost, do I bail out on this? Like, I don't know if this is working. Like, I'm having talks with other people and they're like, man, have you thought about giving that less of your energy and time?
Yeah.
Like, no, I haven't thought of that.
Yeah.
Actually, like, no, I'm kind of locked in now. Like, diet cleaned up, lifestyle cleaned up, mindset was good. And man, we just went full force with it. And I remember the year of 2020, I guess it was 2025. I was like, it's going to be the year of saying yes. Like every year we have like a mantra, you know what I mean? And it was like, that was my year of saying yes to Jan. If he would say something, it's yes. Yes. He's like, yo, I want you to compete this tournament. Yes. Okay, cool. So when he first started getting me to compete and training with Jess, the first 3 months, I did 6 competitions, like small little ones here and there,
Yeah.
losing everything, bro, losing everything. And he was like, I just want to see how you move, how they move. Like, that's what's like, we're just gathering info.
Information. Yeah, yeah.
Back to the mad scientist thing. Like, he's just putting all this into the computer system. And it was like, hey, we're just going to get better. Like, you're going to be in a blue belt adult. We're going to run into some buzzsaws here and there, like, but we're going to get some wins and learn from it. And then, man, we just kept getting sharp, and I stuck with it. And now, man, it's like really cool to see that, like, now I'm actually making a life out of it.
Yeah.
And it was because of saying yes. It was because of risking it and going to those comps, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, that I kind of went off on a tangent, but to
No.
circle it
No,
around,
100%.
how we met was through Jess and
Yeah.
through just good training and him like, yo,
Shout
let's
out,
go.
Jess. Thank
Yeah,
you.
shout out
to
to
Jess.
Jess.
We've been talking a lot about
Yeah,
Jess
so
for
then-
not being here.
Yeah, man, we connected
She should be
there.
here, man.
I know.
Right?
No, it was cool. And then, I mean, even Tim, that's how I have a great bond with Tim too.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
have like our little trio because I was doing so well with Jess. And he's like, hey, dude, you want to be my partner for this guy too? Like, I want to see y'all train.
Yeah.
And then that happened. And then, like I said, before you knew it, it was like, I'm just going everywhere with him. And it was like, yo,
Yeah.
this is my uke. Like, if I'm going to film a video, if I'm going to train a class, if I'm going to have a student, this is who I call. He's available. Boom, throw him in.
Yeah.
So,
That's so cool. And
Yeah,
it's
it was
cool,
cool.
that Jan, you like sought him out and like took him under your wing and said like, like pushed you to reach the potential that
Yeah.
you didn't even know
Yeah,
you had
like
at
my
that
wife
point,
and
you
I
know?
were super big into like bringing. We're a little like hesitant to bringing new people into our life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we want the right people.
Yeah.
for
We
sure.
want quality
Quality
over
over
quantity,
quantity.
right?
Yeah.
And because like we're kind of like struggling to find her a training partner, right? And she want to like just spend more time, and it is hard like for my size to be her training partner,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So I've tried to do some drills on her. It's exhaustive on me because
Yeah.
I gotta hold my weight. I gotta hold
Yeah.
myself so much to do a drilling, and sometimes I will just hear her like, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like,
Oh,
all right, I'm gonna take a look when you're training. Let's find someone. And I did see her training with him, and I was like, all right, similar size. Guy's a guard player. She's a top player. And I was like, how do you like training with her? Oh, training with him. And she's like, oh, he's a cool training partner. What do you think about like me getting some lessons with him? And I'm like, all right, let me talk to him. I like him. Dylan's Dylan, right? He's always walking in, big smile.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
loves Dylan.
World outside's on fire.
Yes.
You're gonna see Dylan like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? Always the good vibes. And I was like,
Yes.
that's the type of person, or type of people, you know, that's a person that I want to hang out with, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I like that vibe. You know what I mean? So like, because for me to have someone working with my wife, it's not, I don't want to just use the person to be like the, you know, the little person there for her to drill with. I want to bring someone who's, you know, we're going to be attached to.
Build,
Yeah.
build
You know,
something.
build that, you know, that relationship.
Yeah.
So I really liked his vibe, and I was like, all right, let's try it. And then after a couple classes, and right away I did exactly what he just mentioned here. All right, man, if you say yes, you're gonna have to say yes to a couple different things too. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm gonna need commitment. I'm gonna need you working a little harder. I wanted to lose weight. You know what I mean? You know, he was like 140 something pounds.
Yeah,
I was like,
145.
you're gonna lose weight. That's not your weight. I think you're gonna move way better if you're lighter. You know what I mean? Especially for your game. You know what I mean? Like, and he was like, man, you know what? Yes, let's do it. Right? So like, he's being always a very good, you know, coachable athlete. Now athlete. Back in the day, just student. But right now he's an athlete. And you know, worked out perfectly. And I started like seeing him like competing, and like I've never really worked in a rooster weight game.
Yeah.
right? It's kind of hard to see rooster weights, a lot of rooster weights, right, around.
Yeah.
So I needed like a little bit of time to kind of like build the game plan for Dillon to like understand how his body moves and like what he likes to play. You know what I mean? So like let's sign up, fight, fight. So he was like building that, right? And I was watching. I'm always recording. If Dillon is fighting, Jessica's fighting, I'm always recording. And I go back and I watch, right? And after I think like 6 months, I was like, all right, Dillon, game plan right now. We're gonna work double sleeves. I want to work wearing a guard retention. I want this foot always on the hip, and like start building the game. And first 6 months was him getting beat up. Then 6 months of him adjusting, understanding the game, and the last year and a half now, he's just killing it, right? No-gi world champion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Many opens.
Yeah.
Like the game is working now. You know what I mean? It's just now about like, we already found his game and we found what he likes to do. I understand how his body moves. I understand like the limitations and I understand where he can be strong at, right? And right now my work is much easier when we bring to his jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that was kind of fascinating about like the partnership and relationship too, was like it's young Pica Pau. Like he's
Yeah.
known for pressure. Little
Yeah.
man pressure is literally right there in the bio, bro.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
thing. And he's the top player. He's gonna take you down, smash you. You look at his students, like that's their game.
Yeah.
Like if they're pulling guard, they're wrestling up, you know?
Yeah.
So like sometimes we joke, but it's also for real. Like I'm his only guard playing student. It's like, hey, I don't take on any more guard players, bro. I don't do guard players. I don't do that. I'm like his only guard playing student and his
Yeah.
only rooster weight. So it's kind of funny like that.
Yeah.
But also, not a lot of people know I play a lot of guard.
You do.
You do.
And you,
You know what I
started
mean?
as a guard player.
Exactly. So not many people know just because where we see highlight reels, we see me doing the big takedowns, pressure, some cartwheel pass, right? But up to the end of my purple belt, beginning of brown belt, I was a pure guard player. Pure guard player, skinny, flexible, right? And I remember this specific tournament in São Paulo where I fought this guy from Cicero Costa, right? And they were like big because they were well known for like having like 40 people sleeping on the mat training all day,
Wow.
right? And they were like starving and like hustling and competing, like same kind of like lifestyle I had, but I had a house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had my grandma
Yeah.
making coffee in the morning,
Yeah.
some crackers, you know what I mean, and coffee. And they were like sleeping on the mat, like they didn't know if they would eat that day. And
Some dogs,
you know what I mean?
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Brings a different
fought
type of
this
fighter.
guy. And I remember one of his coaches, I don't even remember if it was Cicero. One person said, "Pull guard first. He doesn't know how to play on top." And I'm like,
Excuse me.
what are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? So yeah, he pulls guard first, and I didn't know how to play on top.
Apparently, he knew what he was talking about.
Maybe
Yeah, I know what he was talking about.
So that stayed with me for a while, right? So I was like, all right, I guess I gotta stay on top now. So I start, as a guard player, I started like playing more on top and getting smashed. I was playing top, getting smashed, smoked. Like they would sweep me so quick, I felt like I was in one of those, what's it called? The balls you kind of like do the physical therapy.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Like,
You know
yes,
what I mean?
yes.
I felt like I had to like keep my balance all the time. I had no pressure, I had nothing. And I was like, all right, we need to adjust something here. How can I get my top game better, right? Let me just first understand my guard. What I don't like,
Yeah.
to deal with.
Yeah.
So I started like playing guard with a different mindset. I was
Yeah.
trying to kind of like find the situations where I didn't like to be in, right? And trying to translate that to the top game,
Yeah.
Yep,
right?
yep.
So that's how I built my top game. It's because of my guard. So my top game is a top game that kills my guard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not bragging about myself, all right? I think I have a very good guard,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? I think my guard is very good. I've never had my guard pass in tournaments. Right, and at the gym, it's been a while too. You know what I mean?
That's why I put in your intro, versatile.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
obviously you play guard. I know you can play guard.
Yeah, good one. I might make a shirt with
You
that.
don't realize that a lot of the stuff we've already touched on is already.
There
in my
are
notes.
Yeah,
things we were
so
going to
many
talk
things,
about, and we're
so
like, cool, this
That's
is
great.
exactly one thing we were
That's
going to
great.
talk about is how your
So yeah, like
styles change
I
in
built
weight
my
classes.
top game to kill my own guard. That was the fastest way I could find to improve my top game.
Yeah.
And then eventually I was like, man, I think I get less tired when I'm on top. I have gravity. You know what I mean? I'm on top. If I get to my angle, I can apply pressure and I can rest on top of the guard player. The guard player, on the other hand, he can't rest because I'll be the one applying pressure. He's going to have to frame and push, right? So I'm like, okay. So I start playing more top. And then when I got my black belt, I start fighting many tough guys who were not pulling guard on me. And if I pulled guard, I could win some matches, but some guys were like super skilled on top and I couldn't sweep, they couldn't pass, but like ref decisions all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I got to improve my takedown game. So I got more into wrestling, more into judo, started studying that side of jiu-jitsu. And then I got decent at takedowns.
Wow.
So right now it's kind of hard to put, I mean, you got to be very nice and ask me very nicely to put my back on the ground if you want to attempt to pass my guard.
Is that where you kind of developed your Sayanagi? Was at when you started competing in judo? Because I know there was a time where I saw you competing in judo. For a little bit.
I've only done like 20 classes in judo. The rest was myself studying. I did like 20 private classes. I never signed up for a judo gym.
Yeah.
And I've done one judo tournament. It's because a friend of mine, he's a brown belt in judo, black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he got his daughter into judo, and he was trying to study the rules and everything, how he could like translate some of her jiu-jitsu to judo, like how he could play. He's a little nerd too. And watching my fights and everything, he's like, man, have you ever thought about competing in judo? And I'm like, man, I've thought about it, but I don't know. And one day he was like, hey man, this tournament in here in 2 weeks. You want to fight? I was like, I do. And he was like, we just got to get together. I got to explain you the rules. So we got together 3 times before the tournament to explain me the rules. I went there. I signed up for the professional division. I don't know if it's called professional division to fight the black belts. I signed up in both, right? The novice and the black belt one. I want to, because the novice, I was all right. I can fight someone who's like, he's a novice because he hasn't competed much.
Yeah.
But he can be someone who's been training judo for like 6-8 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right? Or can be someone who's, I've been doing this for a year.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm pretty sure someone with 1 year of judo cannot do anything.
Yeah.
Right? So like, I'm gonna compete in both. And both of the divisions were happening simultaneously.
Oh wow.
So I was going back and forth fighting like novice, pro,
Oh my
novice, pro,
gosh.
novice, pro, and I won the tournament.
Wow.
I beat a very skilled black belt. And after that fight, I was completely trashed. I was like, oh my God.
can't imagine.
This was exhaustive. It was a whole
Standing
different.
is exhausting.
Oh my
Judo
God.
is
Yeah, that's
exhausting.
rough.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
it's
yes.
crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, that was my only like experience in competitions for judo. I still plan on doing some more. I just don't have the time to put, because I don't want to do the novice. If I do compete, I think I'm going straight to the black belt one. I'm currently a green belt in judo. I do plan on being double black belt at some point. I want to get my black belt in judo as well, but I'm not in a rush for that. I'm gonna put some effort in judo once my schedule allows me.
Right. Yeah. What about your comp training? It's kind of more direct. I mean, directed at both of y'all, but I'm gonna start with you, Dillon. Like comp training here, I've done the comp training. When Jan's been the one heading it, how important is it for you to get these comp trainings in, and what's the difference for you between the comp training and regular classes? You feel like it's a necessity before like majors and tournaments, big tournaments?
I do. I think comp training before big tournaments, and honestly, any tournament. Like I would even say if you're a white and a blue belt, like come and try a comp training, just simply because it's going to be a faster pace for you. Like whenever you're in a regular class, you're going to do technique, you're going to drill your rounds. You can do rounds, but you don't have to maybe think as fast because that other person, they're just doing rounds after work as well. You know what I mean? It's not going to be as serious. Now, that's not to say that some people can't come in to a commercial class or just a regular night class, noon class even, and still put in the effort, right? And like really give a comp vibe. But when you go to comp training, the structure of the training is gonna breed the environment, right? Like you're not just gonna get this slow drill and let's play here, play here. No. If you're gonna talk, you're gonna communicate to your partner. Oh, I know you love this subject. Talking to your partner. If you're gonna talk, you're gonna communicate to your partner, but you're gonna put in the effort. Like you're gonna either be doing this specific drill for pressure, you're gonna be doing a pressure and then combine it with speed. You're gonna be working from a bad situation, right? You're gonna be doing specifics that you may not get in just your regular commercial class that you may see on the mats in the competition floor, So I think a comp training before a major or any tournament, super necessary.
Yeah, 100% agree. What about with you, Jan? When you were talking before the podcast started, you were putting together a comp training today in your head. Like, how do you change your approach each comp training? Like, what fuels what it's going to be about?
Yeah. So like, I try to kind of keep the same concept for like maybe like 1 or 2 months, right? So I'm not changing every single comp training. For example, for the last couple months, what we've been doing is we do a warm up, right? Usually we warm up with some takedowns entry where I like to see a little more movement. I don't want to just like the partner here and you double leg 1, 2, 3. All right, let's get the grips. Let's make the opponent walk. Let's break the grip, set up your takedown, and you go for your takedown. That kind of scenario I prefer. I think it's more useful for a warm up. And then where we've been working the last couple months is, all right, one partner is in turtle position, I'm hugging the back, right? The one hugging the back is up by 2 points. So you can either stall in a way that you don't get penalized. You can take the back where it's gonna score 4 more points for you. You can look for the submission where you're gonna win the fight, right? Great scenario for you. On the other hand, for the one on the bottom, you're like, you're down by 2 points now. And you got 1.5 minutes not to survive. You have 1.5 to escape and score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And something like that you don't do in the rounds. When you shake someone's hand in the rounds, you know you have 5 minutes, you're gonna go plan A right away, right? You're good at guard, you're pulling guard. You're good at takedown, you're shooting a takedown. You know what I mean? You don't really try to put yourself in those situations, and you don't even bring. I'm gonna say for myself. I don't know. I can't speak for a lot of people, but like for myself, if I'm doing a round, I'm not gonna be like, all right, I'm down by 2 points. I'm gonna pull guard, and I need to find a sweep. You know what I mean?
Create your own like
I don't do
scenarios
that.
in your brain
As you're rolling.
as you're going.
You know what I mean? So like that's why I kind of like the way I build the competition training, right? I put myself in that situation. All right, I'm down by 2. All right, and even today, I did that today, and it was 1.5 minutes. Of course, I was training with a partner. He was a purple belt. I knew if I just explode right away, I would be able to accomplish what I wanted to do, right? Escape and score. So I just kept like rolling, trying to break with the hands, looking to the clock. All right, when it hits the 1 minute mark, I'll have 30 seconds to do what I'm supposed to do. So like in that concept, I can put myself in that situation. So that approach, I think I learn more and I work a little smarter, you know what I mean, with a plan in a competition training. So I try to create the concepts, right? Right now, we're working on that game and top pressure. I set up like a butterfly situation. The bottom player has a butterfly, top player has a body lock, all right? Top player, you're not allowed to disengage and try to work around. You want to apply pressure. I really want to see people being able to like use the top game without giving so much space. I think a lot of people do this today, right? We see so many fights that go like 8, the scoreboard's like 8-8, 8 points each, like it was 4 sweeps inside. Like, what are you doing, dude? Are you made of what? Foam? Like, you work so hard for a sweep, you get on top and like, haha.
Like spun right back.
No, all right. We get a sweep. I'm working that with Dillon a lot. Like we're gonna get the sweep. We're gonna like get into this guy. I'm not forcing him to push me. I don't want the bottom player thinking about playing guard.
Yeah.
I want the bottom
Make
player
them react.
I want the bottom player thinking about, man,
Defending.
am I gonna be able to play guard? You know what I mean? So like those are the concepts I've been bringing to the competition training right now. And I think I'm gonna keep doing this maybe up to Worlds, International Master and Worlds. I think that's gonna be very beneficial for everyone's game. and after that, I'm gonna, you know, build a different plan.
Yeah.
But today I had to change just a tiny bit. I changed maybe 20% of it because, as I mentioned, I saw the wrestlers walking in, and of course,
Right.
I had to wrestle them. So 20% of the training was not for the other people. I didn't want any of the students to really trying to get scrappy with the wrestlers. I want to make sure everybody is safe as well and having a good time. But my good time is wrestling the wrestlers.
I won't jump off into it too much, but like what you just mentioned kind of reminds me of how I run a lot of the kids classes at the gym to comp kids. I've talked about it a lot, so I don't want to talk about it too much, but I use a lot of CLA in my classes. And what you essentially did for yourself, where you gave yourself 30 seconds, is CLA. Like you constrain yourself so that you are at a different playing field. You know, if you just explode out, you can do exactly what you want, but that's not really hard for you in that moment, right? So you are actually implementing CLA in that moment to constrain yourself to make it more difficult and work on a very niche part of what you're working on. So I just thought that was interesting. I do the same kind of stuff depending on levels in the class. I take some stuff away for some and give some others depending on what the skill gap is. So
well, and it's interesting because especially in the context of a comp training, because we've talked before about how competition has a way of putting you in situations that you never find yourself in training, and you're like, what the heck? Like, I've never been in this.
How did I get here?
Yeah, exactly. And so forcing yourself to put yourself in very specific situations to prepare for.
You know how many times I've found myself in reverse close guard and around? Like, literally never. But I would not be surprised if it happens in a tournament. I would be like, what is going on here?
Yes, exactly.
So kind of diverting from the competition part or the training aspect. What about you, Dillon, as far as nutrition? I mean, both y'all I know, so I know y'all have a lot to say about this, but how does nutrition help and fuel each day on the mat and then competing and making weight?
Yeah, I think the nutrition for performance is kind of like my focus, my key, and what I think is important. Like even whenever people want to eat light and lose weight, like, well, there's a certain way you need to do it so it doesn't affect your performance on the mats or whatever sport you may be doing. Same thing for bulking. Like a lot of people know this like trend about, oh, you want to bulk, dirty bulk. Just eat whatever you want or whatever you can. All right, that's fun for a little bit, but how does it like fuel you? How are you going to perform and move? And I think that's a big part of nutrition that gets overlooked with jiu-jitsu. This guy helps me out a lot with my nutrition, like being the mad scientist with it. I didn't really know exactly what kind of protein I needed to take in. I didn't know I needed this. We were just talking about carbs. I thought I was having too much carbs because I'm at like 100 to 150. You know what I mean? So I think it's a key at a certain level at the beginning when you start with anything. I don't know if you need to go too hard on it. Like I always try to tell people with their nutrition, and even like being like having a little bit of a personal trainer to me and helping out clients, I always just try to like eliminate the bads first. Like let's not try to add in all this crazy stuff for you to do, like making your ground turkey or doing that. Let's actually start by not drinking these high calorie coffees. Let's start by cutting out a little bit of this for your nutrition, and then they start to already see performance at work, you know, hanging out with their kids or doing jujitsu if that's what they do. They already start to feel that effect. So it's not always just like, you know, to get to a certain result. I think it's to like get you to the destination when it comes to nutrition.
Well, and to that point, like I feel like when you see results from small changes, it makes the bigger changes easier to make. It's like, whoa, I'm already seeing a difference with just this. So now I'm like ready to dive in and take one more step deeper, you know? So you kind of can like ease them into a more healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, and I think another overlooked part of nutrition is the routine it gives you, right? The patterns, the scheduling, right? Like the discipline, you know, like it's easy to do a competition or to do something, lose your weight, hit your weight goal, whatever, and then just tear it up and then just forget about it because you were strictly just dieting. You have to make it a lifestyle and a sustainable lifestyle if you want to maintain it. Like one thing that I know people like that I talk to hate when I say this, but like I don't believe in meal prepping. Like I don't think meal prepping is a good idea for most people. For some people, if you have the time and you're really gonna do it, great. But like 90% of the people I've ever come in contact with, they're like, hey, I'm gonna start meal prepping. I'm gonna hop on a diet. Okay, a week and a half later, they go, man, forget that, bro. Like I'm gonna go hit some Taco Bell or something. I'm drained. Okay, it's because you got sick of your food. Like you were restricting yourself so hard that now you want to indulge in things that you know you shouldn't be having to like kill all your progress, right? And so it's just not sustainable. I always just try to tell people ingredient prep instead. Like if you're not gonna make it right on the spot, ingredient prep, meaning
Yeah.
like make a base for the week. Like, all right, ground beef's gonna be my base. Just make your ground beef and then play with it. Do
Yeah,
some
yeah.
nachos, do some tacos,
Yeah,
do some
yeah.
burger bowls. Like,
Yeah.
but never just be like, all right, I'm gonna do chicken and rice.
Yeah.
I just packed all these
Chicken,
chicken
rice, and
rices.
broccoli,
I've
and
got
that's what I mean.
14 of them, man. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm on chicken and rice. Here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
And it's like, man, you're gonna hate yourself in 4 days.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yep.
mean?
I feel that too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, in boxing, I do a lot of I think it all depends on your personality type. Everyone's different, you know what I mean? Some works well for others, other things don't. I meal prep for a long time, and I'm not necessarily against meal prep, and I won't like divert and go like eat off the rail because of what I'm eating. But after 2 weeks, I'm like I pretty much won't eat chicken, just baked chicken anymore, because I've gotten so over of all the years of
From all
boxing,
the
just
meal
eating
prep
baked
and
chicken
eating,
and rice and a vegetable. I mean, the way I diet, or I won't call it diet, but like the way I eat, especially around tournaments, you know, and competing, is a lot different than what it used to look like. I mean, it was strict back then. It's strict now, but it's more intentional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to keep me from you know, getting tired of it, essentially. So I like the ingredient prep. That's you know, making your base is really smart too. What about you, Jan? You give him that idea?
I meal prep, Dillon. What are you talking about?
Right, sure.
I mean, I think nutrition, it's one of the, I mean, for me and for the people I work with, is the key for like performance, right? Because I can build the jiu-jitsu. I can teach the jiu-jitsu. I can show him the game plan, right? And Dillon is, you know, we've been together for a few years now, and like we have a good connection, right? It's like when I say something, it makes sense in his brain, right, in his mind right away. All right, that makes sense, right? Even like yesterday, we were talking about a little position, and he was like, "Oh man, I get to this position so much, but like I've been losing because of it." That's the detail, all right? So like we have that good connection already. But in order for Dillon to apply his jiu-jitsu, he needs to be well conditioned, right? So if Dillon is eating a lot of sugar, if Dillon is like overeating the fats and carbs at the same time, and you know what I mean, he's gonna wake up one day and he's like 5 pounds heavier, and he's gonna get here. He has the game plan, he has the tools, he has the skills, but his body won't be able to
can't
move as
execute it.
Can't
he's
execute.
planning
Yeah.
to move. You know what I mean? And that's like how I feel for myself, right? And we all have passed the 30s, right? It's a little harder. Life is a little harder, right?
Indeed.
So, and I'm still competing the adult black belt level.
Yeah.
That ain't easy. These guys are like 21, 22, like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah.
right? They don't stop, they don't get tired. And for me, at 31, hanging there with them and, you know, beating most of them,
Yeah.
right? Being able to apply my jiu-jitsu in that level, I need to be healthy.
Yeah.
I need to be feeling good, right? So we were even talking about it the other day. I was like, all right, Dillon, I made a deal with myself, right? I'm gonna go 3 months in now, and until Worlds, no mistakes. After Worlds, I'm gonna have 1 month vacation in Brazil. I'm gonna go crazy, right?
Yep.
But I deserve to give myself 3 months locked in,
Yeah.
no mistakes, right? We were talking about it the other day. I was like, I had a crazy day, man. I knock off like a 5 a.m. bench press, deadlift workout, went straight to competition training. Then I taught taught a private class, 2 lessons, 2 group classes. Then I did cardio. Then I did more rounds. And in the end of the night, I had my meal. Everything was perfect. And I was like, man, I'm craving a little sugar so bad. You know what I mean? I still have this big thing of ice cream I got before Dallas Open, because I told myself I was going to eat the whole thing after Dallas Open. And then after Dallas Open, I ate like a few spoons and I was so tired and I went to sleep. And the next day, I'm the athlete Ian again.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I woke up, I did my whole routine, and I was like, all right, ice cream is going to stay there. So I was like, man, I still have the ice cream. But man, I have pro training tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? What I really want right now in this moment, do I want to enjoy myself today, or and like, I don't know, it could like kill a little bit of my performance tomorrow, because I don't think the way I was feeling, I was gonna have only 3 spoons, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was gonna finish that whole thing. I wasn't sleepy, you know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I would rather train good tomorrow, right? So I got a big bowl, put some yogurt, some blueberries, whey protein, mixed it. It was fantastic. It killed my little craving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Went to sleep. The next day, had a crazy morning, lift weights, pro training again. Felt fantastic. My recovery was good. My sleep was good. And I was like, all right, that's the mindset. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So nutrition and are like 100% connected with performance.
Yeah.
And I've seen some big names in the sport community saying that nutrition doesn't matter. You just got to get good at jiu-jitsu. As they're 24 years old.
Yeah.
Hey, right? Yeah, you just wait.
As they're 24 years old, no kids, no
Yeah.
nothing, you know what I mean? Getting paid to compete. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And imagine if they took it serious.
Oh,
it would
man.
make
Yeah, no
their game
kidding.
even better.
How
Exactly.
much are they undercutting their potential
Yep,
by?
they were
and
that
and,
Yeah.
and like in the longevity perspective as well,
Yeah.
right? You want to live longer, but you don't want to live a long bad life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to be full of problems, right?
Yeah.
The health problems. So I really take care of my health right now, and like having 2 kids, man, I want to hang with these kids for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm still going to smash my son when he's like 16, 17.
Yeah, I have the same outlook. You know, I don't want to be the kids be 16, 17, 18, and I can't go out and do stuff with them actively. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to go play paintball and be old, but still be able to run. You know what I mean with the kids, or get on the mat still and train with them and smash them. You know,
Yeah.
and prove you still ain't got nothing on me. So I don't care how young you are, but so yeah, no, I like y'all's takes on nutrition. It's right where how I see it. So. What about, I know recently you fought Jonatas in the UFC BJJ, right?
Yeah.
So how did all that come about?
Man, that was kind of crazy.
was crazy.
That was a good. Man, I'm full of crazy stories.
I
man.
know, we love
I'm
it.
full
That
of crazy
was
stories.
great.
That would be an 8-hour podcast if, I'm not, if I talk about 10% of them. So, the last season, right, last year, I spent about 6 months in a caloric deficit. I was doing middleweight, lightweight, middleweight, lightweight, middleweight, lightweight. 6 months cutting weight. I was not even doing the open classes because I was feeling trash, right?
You were
And-
feeling trash because your body hurt after the fight, or you were feeling trash because of how much calories you're burning? Or,
Because the
cutting?
calorie deficit, right?
Okay.
Because
Not enough
I was
energy.
eating enough,
Okay, yeah.
and for the amount of effort I put on the daily basis, you know what I mean? Like having kids is always a big one,
Oh yeah.
right? And one thing that I do, I wake up super early. I don't know if you guys have seen my routine. I'm always up
Oh, yeah.
early because I had to make a choice. I don't like going to the gym, doing cardio, lifting when my kids and wife are awake because that's taking time, from them,
Right.
right? So I decided like to study, to do my, to have my moment there, my selfish moment, right? Now that's why I wake up 3 or 4 a.m. because they're sleeping. I can do my thing, and when I get back home, they're still sleeping.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? And all right, we're gonna go to jiu-jitsu together. We're gonna
Yeah.
be, as a family in
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu, and then we go back home. I've done my thing, so my wife has time to go lift weights if she wants to. She has time, I don't know, to go get in the computer, do some, adult stuff. So I'm not taking that time from them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have time to spend with them. You know what I mean? So I have that approach right now. I've been having that approach for a while. So I was waking up super early, eating a caloric deficit, competing, having kids, being a coach, right? And like currently I'm studying nutrition, studying I'm studying a little bit more of the personal, I don't want to say personal training. I'm studying
Biohacking.
the biohacking side of it, right? How to use supplements, how to use, food, how to utilize like peptides and everything. So I've been studying that for a while now. And man, it's so stressful. End of November, I get hurt. I popped my groin so bad. And I've had groin issues when I was like a purple belt. So it's something that I have. And when my body's strong, like I'm a little heavier now, much heavier now. And so like I'm eating good, I'm sleeping good, right? So like my body's good. So I don't have the groin problem right now, but I was depleted. So I popped the groin in November. It was 15 days before No-Gi Worlds. And I decided to sign up for No-Gi Worlds as a lightweight.
Wow.
Never done that in, I don't know, man, it's 162 pounds.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy.
Right? Just to understand, right now I'm at 196.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Right? So pop the groin. I had like 4 days to change weight division if I wanted to. So I was like, should I change it or should I rest the groin and see how I feel? All right, I'm gonna rest the groin and see how I feel. Rest it, and then I was feeling okay. I was like, all right, I'm gonna stay in the light weight. I'm gonna be able to train and lose the weight, right? Got back on the mat. I hurt the groin on Wednesday. Got back on the mat on Monday, and it was past the deadline to change weight division. And a first move I do in training, couldn't move the leg.
Wow.
I was like, oh, good. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun
That's gonna
to
be
lose
fun.
the weight. Right now, I was about like 172. So I was 172. I think I was like 8% body fat.
Whoa. And if it was past the deadline to change weight, then
I had no
you were
choice.
like days out from the
Yeah. I was
tournament
like
at this point.
7 days out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, somehow I gotta make it happen. Went to the gym, checked like what exercise I could do without feeling the groin. Ends up I could only do bike. Nothing that I could like move my legs like too high. So it was like a short bike movement. Just blasting like the level, like 16, let's go. You know what I mean? So like I still had to dehydrate 6 pounds in the bath the night before. So fought no-gi worlds, completely depleted. 1 week later, I had ADCC Open.
Oh yeah. Remember that.
ADCC Open 168 I had to make, 167. So I had to cut weight again. After the no-gi worlds, my weight went back up to 180. Big rebound, right? And then I was like, all right, dehydration again. Dehydrated 12 pounds. And after that, I won that one. After that, I was like, I told Jessica, I was like, we were in, so we spent Christmas in Arizona for like a family trip. I was like, I'm just gonna enjoy myself the next like month. I'm gonna spend a month recovering the groin, recovering my body, not gonna train. So I wasn't training at all this whole time, right? Just eating donuts, being a happy fat person.
Yeah.
That was me. So sitting on the couch, eating donut, icing my groin. I have my manager, Bruno Bastos. He got in contact with Coach Leo. And he says, hey, is Ian available to fight UFC? And Leo was like,
Bruno
oh, no.
Bastos is your manager?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Did not
interesting.
know that.
He's like, yeah, he is. Talk to him. So Bruno Bastos calls me, hey, you're down to fight UFC? I'm like, I'm down. Are you training? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I was as hard as I can.
Always.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, can you make 170? I was at 196. I was like, yeah, I can make 170. Sign me up. Let's go. Who am I fighting? And he was like, oh, you're fighting Jonathan Gracie. I was like, oh, cool. Someone who is competing consistently, winning and beating people up and like no-gi guy for a while now. All right, I'll fight him.
Yeah.
I'll fight him. That'll be fun. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna start losing the weight right now. And I haven't trained since the last competition, right? I wasn't even training before the last competition because I was hurt. So I was like, all right, when is it? When is the fight? When is the UFC? And he was like, 10 days from now.
Dang.
Like, yeah.
I was like, now
gonna be
is
a
the
journey.
time to be the brave heart. Huh? I preach so much about it, and now
my
it's the God's. All right, brave heart. Here it is, the opportunity. Show that you're brave.
Prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah, prove it.
Wow.
So I was like, let's go. So I lost 26 pounds in 10 days. I did 4 no-gi sessions because I couldn't do anything else.
Really?
I had to spend time on the bike and doing cardio
Yeah.
because it was hard for me to be home because I was hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I did a big water load and I did a big dehydration. Thank God I've been studying that part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're prepared.
So like I have no like nutrition coach or anything. I'm my own nutrition coach. You know what I mean? I decided to take myself in that journey to kind of like prove myself that I'm able to like be smart in different areas as
Yeah.
well.
Right.
You know what I mean? To have knowledge in different areas as well. So I built my own plan, spent, you know, a couple hours studying a little bit of the MMA type of weight cut, the nutrition part of it, how I could do that without killing my performance completely. So
Did
yeah,
you weigh in
man,
the day before?
weigh in the day before.
Right. So
Yeah.
you have the whole night to rehydrate. and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's
That's
good.
nice.
I fought at 190.
190. Oh, really? When you stepped out there?
Wow.
I stepped on a scale 169.5. Right before the fight, I was like 189.
Wow.
Other than the injury, like is there just the weight cut talking, did you feel solid though? Like, do you feel like you were able to rehydrate correctly stepping
Yeah,
out?
I did. That was my thing. I was like, all right, I'm gonna write down all the protocol I'm gonna do for like the water load, water cut, and the post weigh in up to the fight. Right. I'm not gonna make any mistakes here. It's a big opportunity. It's a tough opponent, and if I'm not my best there, he's gonna run me over, and I'm not really trying to get beat up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, who is really?
Yeah, right. So I mean, I have nothing to say about my conditioning and like my body. I felt great in the fight.
Yeah.
I think Jonathan's his no-gi timing was better than mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had good moments,
Yeah.
right? And he was smart enough to not get in my game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. The first 10 seconds of the match, I threw him on his head on the ground.
Yeah.
And after that, he just played guard the entire match,
Yeah.
right? All 3 rounds was him pulling guard, you know, super sticky guy, you know what I mean? Super good guard. I don't know if it's his wrestling coach that was in his corner. I don't know. But he was like, come up, wrestle him. Come up, wrestle him. And in the back of my mind, I was like, be a good listener, man. Like, why are you not coachable?
Coachable, right?
Yeah, be coachable, man. Get up and wrestle
You
me.
told him to listen to his coach in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, so like I had 2 takedowns on him. I was trying to apply some pressure on top, but he had 2 submissions attempt. And I think the rules are more like towards the submission attempt,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, the scores, right? So I mean, I still had some people. I mean, my fan club, right?
Yeah.
They're like, you won that
You
fight,
totally
man.
won.
You killed it. You were the one on top. You got to take downs. You were more aggressive. You're walking forward. He was just sitting on his butt, and I'm like, man, that's not how it works. You know what I mean? I really think he won the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta be real, right? Be honest. I really think he won the fight.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I don't think I did bad
Yeah.
for what I had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're already talking about a possible fight against another high-level athlete,
Yeah.
and we might have some good news soon. And I've been doing no-gi this entire time.
Sure you don't want to reveal it right here?
No,
right
no, no.
now?
Not yet. We can do another podcast. And I'll drop the bomb.
Yeah.
I'll
Don't
drop-
say anything yet. Bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been since that fight. I've been doing no-gi. I'm not gonna say every day, but at least twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm competing in no-gi as well. So the opens,
Yeah.
I'm doing always no-gi as well.
Yeah. Prepare
Right.
for it. Yeah.
So-
I mean, I think what I feel like matters, I wouldn't say the most, but it matters a lot in these UFC BJJ fights is, are you exciting? You know, did you not? I mean, obviously it matters personally to you as an athlete. Did you win? But like as far as like bringing you back on, people want to be entertained, and the company wants entertaining fighters, right? So it's the same thing for boxing, which I'm really familiar with, but MMA, UFC, that's what they want. And I felt that match was really exciting, and both of you are pushing the pace. You were pushing the pace, and you had some really pretty and nice explosive escapes that were really,
Yeah.
really cool. You know what I mean? So I think you, me, and many others, I'm sure, believe you deserve another chance. So that'd be really cool. I hope that does end up turning out to be, an opportunity for you.
Yeah, I mean, if not that one, another one is gonna pop up.
Yeah.
I really believe that the hard work always pays off, right?
Yeah, and I, mean,
So
I really agree with you, Wes. Like, I think they look for the excitement
Yeah.
and they look to put on a show.
It's
That's
an
the
MMA
UFC
platform.
thing. Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
It's an
exactly.
MMA platform.
UFC
So like,
thing.
because the platforms were, I think there were 9 different countries with their own platforms. There was like Brazil, United States, Canada, like all over the place, right? And all the platforms are like MMA fan base, right? So what the MMA fighters or MMA fans like to watch,
Yeah. Entertainment, excitement.
entertainment, excitement,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's so exciting to watch someone pulling guard
Yeah.
for us, it's exciting. We understand that.
Sure.
Legs entanglement, I'm always like, oh, that was a good one.
But it's the
someone that
casual
doesn't
viewer.
really understand that,
Yeah.
they like a double leg.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They see someone like the bang, oh, that was cool.
We've-
you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's what I try to bring
Right.
to that UFC fight. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring some
You have the
fight
style
here.
for it. You know what I mean? It's not like you're strictly a guard player. It's all you can do, and you're out here trying to play a different game. You know what I mean? Like that plays into your strong suit. You know what I mean? So you already bring an exciting style to the game. You know what I mean? So I'm sure they saw that. So I mean, if you're already getting possible opportunities, that's a sign of that. You know?
Oh yeah, when we were walking off that day, I said, "Hey, bro, you'll get a call.
Yeah.
Don't worry."
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
nothing
we
into
just
this.
punched our
Yeah.
ticket to the next one, brother.
let's
Like, let's
go.
go.
And speaking of, like, so you saying y'all walking out, we saw you and Tim in the background.
We did. We were like, "There's Dillon." The kids are like,
kind of like
"Hey."
segues into my question
I
for
love
Dillon.
how everybody was sending me the picture of me eating a cookie. I'm like, okay,
That's
guys,
hilarious.
come on now. It's like, well, I got like 3
nutrition coach
photos.
over
of
here.
it.
Look at him.
I'm like,
It's my day off, guys.
I'm just
right.
watching the homie fight and enjoy a cookie.
These are
okay?
special nutrition cookies. Right? You know how many how
They
much
were
protein in
not,
those
and that's
cookies?
one of
They
the
were
best
not.
cookies I've had in my life. That was phenomenal cookie.
So, like, being at that event as an MMA ref yourself, like, what was your takeaway? Were you even looking at it through this lens, like the professional lens of an MMA ref? Like, did you have any takeaways from watching?
No, I actually did. I mean, not so much as a ref, but with the way the production was ran.
Really?
Like
Okay.
being in the fight game and really enjoying the MMA, enjoying UFC, all the other platforms they have. Like, the show is what's good. Like we talk about
Yeah.
entertainment and excitement. And no offense against any jiu-jitsu federations, but it's not a show. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And it's ran awfully. Like,
Yeah.
you got someone who's going to have to, like, go over here and wait for 20 minutes and they run them out
Yep.
and wait, no, go back to your mat. They ran it so clean, smooth and professional, like an MMA show where it's like, yo, your
Yeah.
fighter's already staged. They're ready to go. The audience is ready. Their attention span, everybody knows, is like needs to stay locked in.
Yeah.
So boom, this guy, music starts, they come out, they start the fight right away. Good introductions, get you excited, put you in like the MMA fight vibe in a way.
Yeah.
The match is done, boom, move it on.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
it moving. And they ran it so smooth. That's what I took away from it, was like, yo, they're onto something with
Yeah.
this. Like, this is gonna be big because it's something that it's easily digestible.
Yeah.
You know, it's the ones that, as long as they're exciting fighters, I'm good, I'm gonna tune in. Plus, because the marketing of all the MMA that's been going on for the past decade or two,
Yep.
we're accustomed to that. Like,
Yeah.
we're accustomed to seeing them like, oh, okay, there's Jan walking out, there's his music, boom, he's gonna get his introduction. Oh, the ref said fight, here we go. Versus, like, I even told my family this, like, you don't have to pull up to watch an IBJJF tournament because you won't know what's going
You
on.
want, yeah.
You'll be like, what? Like, why is he over there bouncing around? And then, oh, he's here, and then the guy's doing this, and then he's doing,
Yeah.
okay, is the fight over? What happened? Did he
Yeah.
tap? So I think that the way that they ran it was the most impressive thing, and I
Yeah.
can see it growing from there. As far as like takeaways from the ref, I mean, I think it was different in the aspect of normal jiu-jitsu reffing.
Yeah.
I've always said as a ref, like, I'll never ref jiu-jitsu. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I like doing jiu-jitsu, but I don't want to have to be like, oh, is that an advantage or not? Okay, or this or that.
Jiu-jitsu
That's-
rules are
That's not my thing. But seeing, you know, Herzog there, who's a very well-known referee, like,
Yeah.
he just started like a normal fight. Fight, are you ready? Fight, are you ready? Boom. And the way the rules are set up, that's supposed to be offensive, attacks, aggression, dominance, duration, very similar to MMA rules.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
the way the ref is running it, I noticed, was just like a fight.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
completely out of the way, letting the fight happen and only stepping in when he needed to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then he stops the fight.
Just like a fight because it's not actually a fight.
Yeah,
But
it-
remember that? Remember
There
that
you
you,
go.
Oh, don't you dare.
you corrected me in class. I was like, "Yeah, man, all right, guys, I'm happy with the performance, but I lost by the ref decision." And Dylan was like,
Nah,
"By judge decision."
Judge.
Judge.
Judge decision.
ref's
The
not
refs
gonna
don't
judge
make
that fight.
Yeah, I was like, "All
Fair
right,
enough.
you got me. You got
Fair
me."
enough.
Yeah, so I did notice that like the mechanics are very similar to
Yeah.
like an MMA fight. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why I was like, okay, I would do that kind of
Yeah.
like
Right.
BJJ
Yeah.
reffing. Like, I could do
Yeah.
that one because
Yeah.
it's
It sounds like between the production and the reffing and all of it lends itself so much more to the casual viewer, which
Yes.
I know Weslee talks about that with boxing too, because he loves boxing and he loves to watch boxing. But there are certain matches that like he loves to watch because of the technical nature of it. But the casual viewer is like, that was the most boring fight because they don't appreciate the art of it.
Some
that's
fights are for
happening,
boxing
you know?
fans. Some
are for
fights are
casual
for casuals.
viewers.
Yes,
It's the same
yes.
in MMA.
Same, I would
There's
say
some
same
things
in
MMA,
MMA.
same in jiu-jitsu. There's
Yep.
some fights
Yep.
that you'll see that it's like the casual viewer will be like, wow, that was extremely exciting. Other times they'll be like, what the freaking heck are they doing?
But
Yeah,
it
like
sounds-
in jiu-jitsu, that you can see someone have 2 high-level world champion black belts, and you're like, okay, well, that was
That
a
was
snooze fest.
so-
I just wasted 12 minutes of my life.
Exactly.
And then you look over and you see like blue belt juveniles, and you're like, what? This is so
Yes.
sick. This is jiu-jitsu. And it's like,
Yeah.
bro, that was sloppy. Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
was that? You
Yes.
know?
Zero control.
Yeah,
What is
no
that?
control. The positions are
Yeah.
loose. Like, but it's
Yeah.
like, but I'd pay to watch that one.
Yep,
That one right
exactly.
there.
Yeah.
No,
Not
no,
so
I'm
much.
good.
Yeah.
So
No, I think UFC is doing such a great job, man. And like us being one of the insiders, right?
Yeah.
Being one of the athletes, man, the treatment was, oh my
Top
God, it was
notch.
the best I've ever experienced.
That's awesome.
You know, in my entire jiu-jitsu career, 20 years in now, and that was like, oh my God, that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, got at the airport, the Uber was texting my phone and like, hey, I'm waiting for you. He already knew what bag claim my bags would be at, and
Wow.
like everything. I get there, dude is holding a sign with my name, and I'm like, oh, that's me.
All right.
So I get there, dude grabs my bag. I'm like, no, sir, I can push my thing. He's like, no. I was like, oh, I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
I guess I'll let you do it. So like, dope, sick car. Took
Yeah.
us to the hotel, man. And then I had a Uber in the lobby waiting for me whenever needed.
Oh,
Guy
wow.
was there from,
was
I think, from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Wow.
If I wanted to go to the grocery store, like to the gym, I paid for Uber like 2 times because I felt bad. I was like, I'm okay. He was like, you need a ride, sir? I'm like, oh, I'm good.
That's funny.
But then I was like, you know what, man? I'm a UFC fighter.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yes, sir. I would love
Yes,
to go to
I
the UFC training center. And like the facility, because I went to cut the weight there. My first round of weight cut was in the UFC facility. So I got there. I was planning on going straight to the sauna, and when I look up, a bunch of UFC fighters like training and like scrapping, and I saw a salt bike in the corner. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch them training.
That's cool.
I'm gonna watch it train. So I got there, got in a salt bike, killing it, watching the guys train. I'm
They have
like,
big
man.
names. Did you notice any?
Oh, there were some pretty. There was like a Brazilian guy who's pretty. Man, I'm horrible with names.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm the same way.
We're
there's a-
opposite. Yeah, like he knows
this
all the
is the good-
jiu-jitsu names, and I'm like, nah, like
Yeah.
I know the MMA names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been talking about a fighter, and I know who the fighter is. I don't know his name.
Name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like super dope, and text the Uber on the way back. Uber goes there, picks me up, and he was like, "Oh man, you're looking skinny now." I'm like,
Thank you.
I'm depleted. Yeah,
I'm depleted.
yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Very good treatment, and like got to the weigh-in, not to the weigh-ins, to the interviews, right? 2 days before. Man, such a lot of nice people, and the guy was like, "Man, we have Epsom salt bags here. We have the sauna suit. We have the portable sauna. We have the sauna bag.
Wow.
Whatever you need, you can take all of them." And I'm like, "I can take it?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Wow.
Like I grab and I go, and he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I'll take it.
Wow.
I'll take.
That's awesome.
Let's go." And you guys could watch on TV, right? It was a show. It was a show. I really felt like I was a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's such like a dream coming true. You know
Yeah.
what I
Do
mean?
you feel a different level of nerves on that type of stage versus even, let's just say, like Worlds?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Really.
It
Man,
felt bigger.
It did.
Yeah.
Well, it is different too. Like we've talked about that with the kids or whatever when they're nervous. Like you feel like, oh, I'm competing, I'm going out there, and everybody's watching me. But like at a normal jiu-jitsu tournament, we're like, nobody's watching you.
Nobody's
Like
actually watching
you've got
you.
your little group of people, and they're watching you, and they're cheering you on, and there's a lot of people there, but like they're not all watching you. But at UFC BJJ,
they're watching you.
everybody is
Yeah.
watching you. they are all
When I
watching
do
you.
jiu-jitsu, I pay to fight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right.
Yeah.
There, people are paying me to fight.
Exactly.
They're like, "Oh,
It's a different.
gotta put on a show."
That's a
Yeah.
perfect segue into, we're kind of getting to the back end of the pod. So we have 3 hot takes we're going to go over. Hot take, this perfect segue of getting paid, right, for UFC BJJ. IBJJF should pay their adult black belt athletes to make it to the
Absolutely.
podium.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You think it should be others that don't make it to the podium, or is it podium across?
Podium. I think it's
across,
fair.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I would even say you should put the guys to fight for third place.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why do you have? I mean, I understand why they put 2 third places
Yeah.
because they don't pay, right?
Right.
So like, all right, both of you can go,
Yeah.
but you're gonna add 1 extra fight, and you're gonna see another great fight because you're gonna put money
Yeah.
on the table.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like, I lost my semi, but I won that, I don't know, $2,000-3,000 there, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna fight this guy very hard
Yeah.
for that money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not fighting for the medal.
Yeah.
You know, I believe so.
You agree the same, right?
I agree with the same, and I think it also breeds the excitement and entertainment.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
as we were talking
When there's
about,
something
like,
on the line
if
for
you
real.
want to make IBJJF more entertaining or any other federation, pay them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just talked about he was selling cereal bars to get here. Could
Yeah.
you imagine a guy that's got $2,000 on the line to win third?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
a sick fight. First place, maybe 5. I don't
Yeah.
know. And it's not like they don't have the money for it. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have master athletes from 1 to you name the number that are paying you $150 if they sign up early.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not. They probably paid you $200 because they were late. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So
yeah.
you've got the
They got
money.
the money, for
and
sure.
what else are you doing for any other athlete or competitor?
Yeah.
Nothing. You didn't give them a banana when they walked in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you've got the money. Like, I think you should pay those athletes, especially the ones that are adult black belt. Like, not to discredit master people or whoever, but no, they actually need to win. They need to pay for things. This is their life.
Their
Like,
life's been dedicated to
pay
it.
them,
Yeah.
and it actually, I think, will make it more exciting. That's been my big thing about IBJJF. I was literally thinking about this 2 days ago. Like, with jiu-jitsu, everybody says there's no money in it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, look at all the other sports where they have money in. What's one of the most common things that you see? I know it's in boxing, it's in football, it's in, you name the sport in America. What's one common theme? Betting, gambling, right?
Yeah.
There needs to be someone who puts together betting lines for matches.
Yeah.
They need to, if we could have someone smart enough, I'm never going to be smart enough, but if you were to have like people who could work on that and build props and bets, you would see money.
Oh, yeah.
Because now you would have people buying athletes, buying a team maybe, right?
Yeah.
Building things like that. You would be able to see, hey, what's the plus and minus to Jan to win this fight versus Gracie? Here we go. And now that there's money involved, man, once there's money involved, money goes around, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's been one of my biggest thoughts about jiu-jitsu is where they're lacking is they don't have gambling yet. They don't have props. You don't got people who are like, hey, bro, I'm throwing down. You got all the homies that love Nate Diaz and jiu-jitsu and all this. And
Yeah.
so they're like, bro, I drop $100 on that. I'm into jiu-jitsu. My homie does it.
Yeah.
I'd put 100. Now you got money flowing in.
Yeah.
Now you got people making. So I think that's one of the biggest things jiu-jitsu's missing right
Yeah.
now.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Talking about betting and money, can I tell one story?
Yeah.
Always.
Throw it out there.
Purple belt. São Paulo. It was there is this federation in Brazil, CBJJE, right? It's kind of like the D2.
Oh,
The
really?
Okay.
BJF is the
Yeah.
D1, right?
Yep.
So they have their own like world, right? I went to fight that one. I'm a world champion there, quite a few times. So went to fight that one. Me and one of my students. He's now my black belt in Brazil as well. So he was a white belt. He was kind of like Dillon, you know what I mean? Like, loved his vibe. You know what I mean? Like, hey, dude, I think I didn't have any wife for him to train with. But, but like, I was like, dude, I think you're good, man. I think you should take it more serious. You know what I mean? Compete more. You know what I mean? And we were friends, and he was like, oh, you know what, man? So I took him under the wing.
Yeah.
White belt, just a crazy white belt, man, going with me all over the place, you know what I mean? And
That's
like, we were always like getting like 16, 18 hours bus drive, road trips, and man, wild, right?
Yeah.
So we went to São Paulo. We were working the nightclub at night together, Friday to Sunday. So I would teach my class 5:30 p.m. to 7. We would get in the bus, work from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Wow.
And I would go back to the gym to do the first training of the day,
Wow.
right? And then I would go home, take a nap. So we were doing that for like months, saving money, right? Months saving money. So we bought the tickets, paid the registration fee. We found a friend of us had a friend who had an apartment, and we were sleeping in that apartment, sharing a room. So we didn't pay for hotel or anything. And we go to the tournament. I make to the finals like against this guy. We only had 50 reais to share. It was not I had 50 and he had 50. We had 50
To share.
right? So I had that money. So I hand this money to him because I was gonna fight, and I was like, man, if I get thirsty or anything, I don't want to go and buy water and spend money.
Yeah.
So like, I have one bottle of water. This bottle of water is gonna go through my 6 fights. You know what I mean? So hand him the money. Freaking white belt, man. Hand him the money.
Oh, no.
So he hears the opponents, my opponent, like crowd, say, let's go. And then he was like, you know what, man? It was just him and I.
Yeah.
And the opponent's crowd was like 70 people.
Uh-huh.
Let's go. And he was like, let's go what, dude? Let's go, yeah, let's go. You got this, let's go. And I was like, let's go, man. I got this. And someone says, you want to bet money that he's going to beat the crap out of him? And he was like,
Yes.
yes, I do. I didn't know that. I was down there. I was about to fight.
Oh,
And the guy was like, here, 100 reais. And he was like, I have 50. He goes, all right, 50. Boom, boom. 50 reais. Man, it was a tough match. It was against, his nickname is Bad Boy, Lucas Pinheiro.
Oh, okay.
Right? It was against him, purple belt featherweight finals.
Wow.
Man, it was such a crazy match. I beat him by advantage.
Wow.
So I get out like super happy and get the medal, and I go there. I was like, man, we made it. Let's go. And he's happier than me. Let's go. And I was like, okay,
Okay.
I understand. I
love
want
Yeah, I know.
nice.
It's fine.
Let's we're good. And he was like, no, man, we have 100 reais now. And I'm like, what?
Let's
Are you stealing money, dude? What are you doing? I didn't bring you on this trip to do anything.
Oh my
And he was like,
gosh.
no. I bet our 50 bucks, our 50 reais that you're gonna win. And I was like, you idiot. You idiot. What are you doing, dude? He was like, no, man, they're talking a bunch of crap about you. So you know me, I'm loyal. And I'm like,
my
this guy. So, ends up, we're very good
That's
friends. And like, that's another very good story.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
That is so funny.
That
Wow.
is
Pay the
hilarious.
athletes. Pay the athletes.
Yeah.
Pay the
Like, pay the
athletes.
athletes.
Moral
Like, bring
of
it
the
back. I don't want to do that anymore, right? And I don't want the next generation to do that either.
That's a good story,
Oh my
though.
gosh, that's
All right,
crazy.
so hot take number 2. No gi is the new proving ground and is taking over as the new proving ground for high-level grappling, elite grappling. Is no gi the new proving ground? Is it taking over gi? As
I
the new
don't
proving
think
ground?
it's gonna take over. I think it's it's getting more well known in the martial art community because it's something that I believe people can relate more, right? And like a self-defense,
Yeah.
let's bring it outside of the sport, right? I want to learn a self-defense. If you teach a no-gi class based on self-defense, it's gonna be way cooler than with the gi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like for the MMA fans, it's a different community that we can like reach, right?
Right.
In the gi, you gotta love the gi to love the gi,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You gotta be a gi lover to be able to sit and watch a 10-minute fight where the scoreboard is gonna be one advantage to one guy or ref decision, and you'll be like, man, what a good fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta love that.
Like the
In a
purists.
no-gi match, it's hard to have a boring no-gi match.
Yeah.
You gotta be very boring, man.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta have such a bad game to bring a boring no-gi match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I believe no-gi is getting bigger, but man, the gi is the gi.
Yeah.
The gi has its space forever, I believe.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's always going to be a market for the gi. I just think, the no gi, it's kind of what you're getting at. It's easier relatable. Like,
Yeah.
people can relate to it a
Again,
little bit easier.
I think it's the casual
Same.
viewer.
It's the
If
same
you want
thing.
it to
Yep.
grow, you've got to get the random
Yep.
people who don't really know that much to be interested
Yeah.
enough to
Yeah,
watch
for sure.
it.
But as far as like using the term proving ground, like for jiu-jitsu and grappling, I don't think so, because you're always still gonna see a gi guy beat a no gi guy if the no gi guy's got his gi on, right? So it's, I don't want to say it's just the proving ground, because there's so many people that specialize in one thing that it would be unfair to be like, okay, well, you're gonna be this high level no gi guy and you're just the best just because everybody wants to watch you. Well, hey, bro, this gi guy's actually really good too. Like he's a high level, but nobody's watching that guy. And so that's why we don't even know about him. You know, there's so many people in the gi that I don't know about, and I do jiu-jitsu a lot, and I'm like, I don't know that guy, but like you show me an MMA fighter, a no gi guy, and I'm like, I know that one. It's easier for me to watch. It's a little cooler, you know. They market it better. Like I haven't seen anybody really marketing the gi very well. You know, like in no gi, the marketing is so freaking fire, man. Like they have the cool gear, they do cool photography and videos, but no one's making gi lit right now. You know what I mean? Like you got to make the gi lit. Like people need to put in the time and the money and the hours into marketing the gi the same way they do no gi, and I think it would be a little bit more even.
Side question: do you think it's easier for a no gi guy to go to gi, or easier for a gi guy to go to no gi? Like which skill transitions are? I mean, I have my personal opinion. I'll see what y'all say, but what do you think?
You want to give yours first?
Yeah, I'll give mine first.
I don't want to give mine and you agree. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
You give yours first.
Because that's how it probably works. I'm like, he's right. What
I
he
agree
said.
with everything Jan just said.
What he said. I would say that it's probably harder for the gi guy to go to no gi. I do think, because you lose your grips, you lose so much of what keeps you safe. I know for me that's a big adaptation to my game, because ever since I got with him, he's put me into this game of double sleeve and the lasso and the grips to stop, you know, rooster rage moving so much, all this stuff. Well, when you take that, my triangle setups are so based on a good pull and a shot. It's kind of hard to do that in no gi. I don't get as many triangles. I don't get as many things. I can't control you as easy. I have small hands. We talked about this the other day. Like I want to grip, and then whoop, they circle out, and I'm like, now I'm fighting for my life, you know. Versus like I get a grip on your gi, and I'm turning and pulling. Hey, I'm a little safer now. I think it's so much harder for a gi boy to go and become a no gi boy.
I'm the same way with gi, because I hate doing no gi, and I'll finally get to a position where I feel is familiar, and then I'm like, what do I grab? Like I don't know what to do with my hands. I can't. All of the things I would normally reach to grab for, I can't reach to grab for. I hate it.
What you got?
I think it really depends on the game you have in the gi, but I think it's harder for a no gi person to put the gi on.
I agree.
I'm a little bit the opposite, right?
Yeah.
Why do I say I think it depends on the game? Because like for his game, I understand, right? And I specifically built this game for him because Dillon is the smallest guy in the room. You know what I mean? How am I gonna ask Dillon to play a half guard on someone? Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all right, Dillon, we're gonna play double sleeves, because what they can use to smash you, their weight, their per body, right? So how can we create space? We grab these sleeves where they're not gonna have access to your collars, right? And you're gonna use your feet to create the distance. Right, so that's working well for him. You're gonna see big people struggling in his guard here. And I understand with taking the gi off, man, now the game's a little bit off. And even though he's a no-gi world champion, right, we're talking about no-gi world champion here. I understand, you know, on his side of the coin here, why he would say that. But like, you see someone like me, right, put a guy who's a very good no-gi guy. You can think about any name right now. The guy's like no-gi only guy. Put him in the gi on with me here. Man, that's not gonna be fun for him. But ask me to take the gi off and see if he's gonna beat the crap out of me. And he ain't doing that. You know what I mean? He's not going to. I think it really depends on the game, right? On the style a little bit. But if I'm gonna say one like raw answer, I think for the no-gi guy, the no-gi only guy, right? Because we have people who do both, right? But for the no-gi only type of person to put the gi on, right? We have gyms that only work in no-gi.
It's their specialty.
Yeah,
all they do.
Right? Put a gi on them, any of them. They screwed, right? And like us, we're gi people, and we have amazing no-gi game, right? Like I do 4 no-gi training sessions to fight UFC, and I want to say I put on a fight. You know what I mean? I just won Houston Open, the quadruple gold, right? I did 1 no-gi session that week. You know what I mean? So like, I can really translate my jiu-jitsu from the gi to no gi just because of the style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that would be my answer more with you, bro.
Yeah, so I agree with you completely, and I think I originally got that opinion from our professor at our gym, and I think that I actually don't think it really matters as much stylistically. That's the one place I think I'll disagree with you on. I think the mechanics are, in no gi, that's all the same when you go to gi. Like, to do an armbar, it's mechanically speaking, and a lot of it. Now, when you put someone, you wrap them up with lapels and friction and lassos, they don't know what to do. They're lost. I can find how to connect to a body. I mean, you get no-gi grips in gi all the time, so you understand those mechanics a lot more than you probably think you do. Closed guard's very similar in no-gi as it is gi. You know, you just use different body parts to pull and push, and I feel like it's a lot easier to understand that than it is, how the heck do I get out of this lasso?
I was to say, I think it's harder for the person to, like, it's harder for me to do what I want to do outside of the gi because I'm used to like grips and whatever. But for somebody who's used to no gi to put the gi on, I feel like it would be harder to deal with what the other person is doing. Like you said, like lapels and like wrapping people up and stuff. Like they would walk into it and feel like, wow, I'm dealing with things that I'm not used to dealing with. Whereas I would be like, man, I'm used to being able to grab these grips. And
I just
do these
think the
things that I
gap
can't do anymore.
is farther, figuring out how to deal with lapels and grips and stuff, how to break grips, than it is learning what to grab. Like
That's fair.
I can grab, I see a wrist, I can grab a wrist and pull. I can armpit, push the armpit across. K-guard, you're already learning K-guard in gi. Like you use a lot of K-guard in no gi and it's very transferable. But you start wrapping, I just think it's perspectives. Like if you do more no gi, I think it changes a little bit. You ask a no-gi guy who's like strictly no-gi, I think they would side and say, no, it's way harder to go to the gi. Y'all start wrapping me up, I don't know what the heck to do. You know what I mean? But we're mostly gi people, so we think through that lens. Like we go to
That's true.
we go to no-gi and we just feel so lost.
Yep.
But you know,
That's true.
And in the beginning, when I first started training a lot more no-gi, it was difficult. The thing I struggled with was how can I get the same push-pull mechanics without the lapels? And once I figured that out, like everything, I figured out my game. Not I figured it all out, but like I figured out a lot, you know, of how to deal with my partner. Once I figured out, like I tell my anyone that I'm teaching about no-gi, think of the body as like pushing and pulling mechanics. Find corners of your partner's body, armpits, neck, you know, hips. Yeah, like corners of your partner's body will help you move and push your partner. You know, so I don't know. That's where I land on it. So. But I side with you, and I mean I agree with. I don't agree, but I respect both of y'all's point of views.
You better respect.
I do respect.
Good idea, bro.
He's smart. He's smart.
It's like, see, you went first before. That's why he agreed with you, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
Come
Just 'cause
on,
you said
man.
it. Yeah, so that was the last hot take, man. So.
No, there's one more.
Oh yeah, you're right. There's one more.
I have one more that I would like to
Oh, a
ask.
special hot take that just came
We've
out.
talked about
It's on my list. I forgot about it.
Yeah, that's because he doesn't like it. But okay, is a jiu-jitsu match a fight?
Go ahead, Jan.
It can be.
Thank you.
It can
Whenever
be.
someone throws a punch.
I mean, if you see in a street fight, a lot of the street fights are gonna end up with entanglement. All right. But why it can be and it can't be? If you get two butt scooters to fight, that ain't a fight.
Yeah, he's
All
talking
right.
about us.
I know. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
bro, appreciate you. One on
Just
each
a
side
couple
here.
of butts.
All right.
Put me and a wrestler to fight.
It's a fight.
You're gonna see a fight. Because I'll take the challenge of like, oh, he's a wrestler, right? I like that part.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it really depends on the fighter, but I believe so.
It's a match. So you have matches. I
we don't
think.
really need to
He's
hear
a
what
guard
else.
player. we just heard him that he's gonna sit guard and play double sleeve. So y'all,
So to your example, if you see you and a wrestler going at it, like you're gonna see wrestling and you're gonna see some jujitsu. And I think that you are doing the match, you're doing your skill set. And yeah, you're in a combat sport.
Yes.
But I think just the difference in the fight, and maybe this is just coming from like being in the fight game MMA thing, and like also I think boxing may be the same way, is like your life's a little more on the line. Like your life's on the line. Like this is serious danger. In jiu-jitsu, you can certainly get hurt. Wrestling, you can certainly get hurt. But like you may not come back from this right. You know what I mean? This
Yeah.
hook, right? I think it's just a match. I think it's a competition. It's a tournament. It's a combative sport. But as far as a fight, like you take a street fight, and if they just do jujitsu, well, then it's not a street fight. You know what I mean? A street fight, like, bro, it could go for 10 minutes if you got the cardio and you're bashing someone's face into the curb. Like,
Yeah.
bro, that's a fight. Like,
Yeah.
someone's going unconscious. Like, so, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a combat sport, though. It's a combat sport.
What do you think, my friend?
I agree with Dillon. I think also I'm pretty. I don't know if jaded's the right word. Probably not.
That's why I don't really deal with guard players like that. You know? Like, man, that's why I don't accept guard players in my team anymore, man. Dylan's the only one. You know what I mean?
I think because I come from boxing, and I make the mistake all the time of calling calling jujitsu a fight. Because like in boxing, like if you we look kind of nose up, like wrestling is not a fight. It's not a fight. Like when you fight someone, you're punching someone, and there's like a real risk of like having brain damage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't lose a lot of sleep over it. That's why she was like, we should throw it in there. I'm like, I think it's
It was
it's not
one
a fight,
of the
but
things that I said that came up. I think it literally came up in the comments, like of one of our videos, and I said something about a fight or in this fight or whatever. I was fighting this whatever, and somebody commented and was like, "It's not a fight, but I see what you're saying." And I was like, I don't know about that. And so then we talked about it on the next episode, and it turned into a whole thing where a lot of people have like given their opinions about
like
whether
even
or not
yesterday,
it's a fight.
we were doing an
And we're on
in-house.
totally opposite ends of
Yeah.
the spectrum.
We were doing an in-house competition yesterday for the kids, and like before the matches start, I say, fight.
Like they do often when you start a match, even at a tournament. But I went.
Well, so I don't know. I think there's a distinction between they're fighting versus this is like a fight. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think like whenever I think I'm going to the fights, I'm going to watch someone punch someone or kick someone. I don't say I'm going to the fights at that IBJJF Open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't look at it the same.
I'm
It just
like you,
feels
like I
different.
don't lose a lot of sleep over it because the way I think about it is like, okay, for some people who don't like to watch violent sports, like boxing, people be like, that's too violent. I'm not watching that. Like, I'm not watching MMA. That's violent. Well, then jiu-jitsu is a fight. Like, they're like, dang, they're fighting, you know? There's people who look at Taekwondo, no offense, but look at Taekwondo and American karate. And
From
they're
my
like,
side, at least.
and they're like, no offense, but they're like, yo, that's a fight. And it's like, well, they're point fighting. Like, he's supposed to, like, kick him and get the 2 points. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so...
But it doesn't hold for me. It just doesn't hold the same level of respect, I guess, or like just the same saying fight. I don't know. You know what I mean?
And then
gave
just-
my
I don't-
whole
I don't
argument on that
think-
episode.
Fight. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think you guys see you can connect fight better with violence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, this sport's more violent, right? Like MMA, boxing, right? Jiu-jitsu can be violent too.
Yeah,
That's why I'm saying depend on who's doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can be violent. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or I can't. You know what I mean? I've had many boring matches.
Yeah.
Right? I've had boring matches, but I've had great fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it really depends.
When I first came over to the sport, my cousins what got me introduced to it, and I was like, what do I call this? Like, whenever I go to a tournament,
remember
what do I
having that
call it a
discussion.
fight? Do I call it a match? Because like I literally told him because it's not really a fight. Like it's just like a match, right? What do I say?
Yeah.
He was like, well, you can just call it a match. You can call it a fight. It's like whatever. So, I think
it's
it comes mostly
semantics from day to day, but
me doing boxing. It's like that's just what's ingrained in my head. So that's why
Yeah, and I think
you
that
being an MMA
violence-
ref and watching MMA.
Yeah, I think that violence thing does play into it, like the boxing and MMA ref thing. Like, I had the same
I'm
situation
not wrong.
in my
I know
head. In my head, it was the same thing when I first started. I was like, do I call it a fight or a match?
Oh,
or
I've
a
heard
tournament?
this
Let
in
me ask you this,
competition.
all right? You're at ADCC, right? All the mats are going, everybody's competing on the mat, and you're sitting there watching the match right in front of you, and your friend goes, "They're fighting." What do you think's happening?
I think someone's over there punching each other, bro. I
right?
think
The
there's
match
a
just went
brawl.
south, and now
But
they're
my
actually punching
whole-
each
Yes,
other.
Okay,
yes,
this
there we
is
go.
my-
That's a great example, bro.
But this is my thing. This was my whole argument, and I won't go into it because we don't have a lot of time. But my main argument was all of it: boxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu, whatever. In this context, none of it's a real fight in the sense that we're all
Under a
operating
rule set.
under a rule set of whatever that particular combat sport happens to be. So just because jiu-jitsu does not include striking in that rule set, you know, boxing does not include choking people or trying to break their arms. So at the end of the day, they're all a fight within the context of the sport that we're doing.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think that
that's
just
pretty deep,
because-
but I can kind of see that argument because, yeah, as like a referee, I mean, you have to go within the rule set. I literally can't let him die.
Exactly.
He has the possibility of dying.
Yeah.
I
And
guess
MMA
you could have
probably
the
has
possibility
the
of dying in
broadest rule
jiu-jitsu
set.
too.
And as an MMA ref and boxing ref, like here's the difference too. She or I, whoever can tap before they die or get their arm broke.
Right.
In boxing and MMA, it's up to the ref and the coaches to either throw the towel in or stop the fight before a person
Right.
dies.
Yes.
So,
yes.
so it depends on what you want to look at as a fight. I just,
Yeah. That was my whole argument. Is at the end of the day.
I got you, girl.
See, thank you. Okay. Please, Jan agrees with me.
So,
Okay.
all right. Well,
that's it, right?
that's it, man. So
Nice.
before we
Thank you,
go,
guys.
though, I just like wanted to give you all a chance to shout out
Brother, I
any
appreciate you.
Yeah,
any
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Instagram
My boy.
handles,
Yes, Instagram.
your clothing brand, anything at all
Anything
that y'all
you wanna
have that
shout
y'all want
out.
to promote.
At Young Pica Pau, that's my thing. I mean, I preach about the brave heart. It's my brand, but it's like something a little personal right now. I'm not selling shirts just yet or anything like that. It's a plan still, but right now I'm just having fun with it.
Yeah.
Hook up the homies, right?
Hey.
It's for me right now. It's more of a lifestyle mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My brand right now. It's my lifestyle, my mindset. Something I want to live. That concept right now. But eventually, I believe it's going to be something bigger for sure.
Cool.
Yeah,
Dylan?
my handle, Dillon Turner 817. Of course, Braveheart Gang, like we talked about. Pressure Prints. We press gis and shirts. Weslee Weighs In podcast shirts. So
Yes.
we do it for fun and to enjoy that. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for having us.
Ah,
I know
for
we've
sure.
been trying to
Thank
set
you.
this
Shit,
up.
man.
I know.
We were actually really excited. We've been talking about this for like the whole week about being here for
Awesome.
it. So appreciate you
Good.
guys, and of course my boy Jan. Like,
Let's go.
You know, back to the very beginning of this, I wouldn't be here without him. So
Right.
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Well, I hope it met y'all's expectation. We enjoyed having y'all on, and down the line, we'll have y'all on again. Another time,
Oh,
so
yeah.
there'll be plenty to talk about coming down the line. So
I have a lot of stories, guys.
I
love
can tell
it.
it's good. Stories are good for podcasts. So
Yes.
I mean, I feel like we have an honorary guest that's not even here right now. We talked about her so
With
much.
Jess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Let's
gotta
do
get
it
her
again
here.
with
Gotta get
Jess.
her here.
yeah, throw
for
her in this
sure.
thing, bro. Yep.
All right, guys. I'm Weslee,
And I'm Bailey.
and that's the Weslee Weighs In podcast. Thank y'all.